Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Bits of real panther, so you know it's good. It's quite pungent. Oh, yeah. It stings the nostrils. In a good way. Yeah. Brian, I'm gonna be honest with you, that smells like pure gasoline.
60% of the time, it works. Every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Chiefs Kingdom. It's time for All Chiefed Up with your hosts, Steve and Mike Williams. From the Bluegrass to the Red Sea, this is the Kingdoms Podcast.
Chiefs Kingdom, it's Saturday night tailgate. How's everybody doing tonight? Steve, what's going on?
What's up, man? My screen was frozen during the little intro. I didn't know if this was going to work or not. I was like, what's going on?
He thought he was going to miss it. Steve thought he was going to miss the tailgate. Steve.
Got scared.
Mo Moton from Bleacher Report. We've worked with Bleacher Report, so we don't think they're all horrible. But yeah, Mo Moton from Bleacher Report, he says that the Chiefs may make a post-June 1st move, and that includes sending Clyde Edwards-Helaire to the Giants as an insurance policy in case Saquon Barkley's contract doesn't get together or he holds out, whatever it may be. This is what they're floating around. I'll read you what he said. He said he could have somewhat of a bounce-back campaign under offensive coordinator Mike Kafka, who served as KC's quarterback coach and passing game coordinator between 2020 and 2021. In that 2-year span, the 24-year-old caught 55 passes for 426 yards and 3 touchdowns. Already familiar with the concepts of the game, Edwards-Helaire could become a solid number 2 running back behind Saquon Barkley or as an insurance policy if he holds out. Steve, what do you think about that? Do you think Brett Veach may return the favor for Kadarius Toney?
Man, I don't know. I don't know if it'll happen, but I do think it'd be a pretty good spot for Clyde. I think he would be a good change of pace back for them because they use Saquon so much. I think Clyde can come in and offer you something just a little bit different. And, of course, he's a little bit harder to see than Saquon Barkley because he's so small. I don't know. I feel like he could be useful there. As far as what the Chiefs get in return, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. But then again, Clyde probably not coming back after this year, regardless of how good he plays.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that I don't think they're going to get rid of Clyde as in I think they're just begging to get him out of Kansas City. I don't see that being a thing. I think that Andy's already talked about it. Our offensive, coordinators already talked about it. Brent Veach has already spoke on it. I think they're going to let Clyde just stay here and run it out unless they get some kind of amazing offer. I wonder what you could get for Clyde. What would the Giants be willing to give up, do you think, if Saquon Barkley starts pushing this out into, closer to the season, closer to camp?
Right. That's the big question here is what's Clyde's value? What's he worth to other teams? Because I don't really know. I don't know if they think he's even worth a 4th, 5th, 6th round pick. I don't know. Is Clyde worth anything to anybody else? In my opinion, I think there's some teams that could definitely use him. Clyde, when he's healthy, he produces. Andy Reid, he loves him when he's healthy. He's going to use him if he's healthy and he's on the team. We've said that over and over again. I think there's some teams out there that could definitely use him. But, I mean, how bad do they want him to try it? He's kind of a little experiment for people.
Well, Mo Moton thinks that the Giants could use him. I don't think that would be a bad landing spot. I do think Kafka, having familiarity with him, would be a good landing spot for him. I do think he would produce. I think he's a solid number 2 if Barkley were to come back. I just don't think it's a bad move. I think I would be willing to give up a 5th-round pick for Clyde Edwards-Helaire just to have an insurance plan. 4th-round pick, I'm probably going to pass on it. But I would be willing to give up maybe a 5th. Why not? I mean, the Giants don't always draft that well anyway. Who have they taken in the 5th round over the past few years that's just lit the world on fire? Probably nobody.
Well, let's be honest here. If you redrafted, 2020? If you redrafted, you don't take Clyde in the 1st round. But I think Clyde's still good enough to be probably a 3rd or 4th round pick in that draft, even by counting his injuries and everything. Like, I mean, how many other people came out that late in the draft that just set the world on fire? I don't know. But Clyde gets a bad rap from us Chiefs fans just because he's been what they've been calling a bust, or a lot of people call it, just a reach sort of.
You said a bust. No, he's definitely been a bust.
Well, is it really his fault that he's a bust? I mean, like, I don't know. I was thinking about that, and I saw a comment. I think I was watching another live the other day, and they were talking about this, and someone put a comment up, and it just kind of rang true to me. It was like, can you really call a guy a bust if you draft a 3rd rounder in the 1st round? Like, if you take a shot on a guy and reach that far on a running back, can you really call him a bust when he doesn't put up like a 1st rounder?
I don't know. It's subjective. It's just what fans think. It's what coaches think. I don't think Andy and the coaching staff really sit down at night and be like, man, Clyde was a bust. But the fans are going to label it. And then you said, is it Clyde's fault? Kinda. I mean, is it your fault if you're just a player that your body just keeps letting you down over and over, and injuries have been Clyde's biggest thing? Is that Clyde's fault? I don't know. Maybe he's given us all he can give us, and to the point that his body's giving out on him.
I mean, if you're just going strictly by, hey, this guy was taken in the 1st round, has he produced like a 1st rounder? He's the definition of a bust. But I'm just saying from a different perspective, if Clyde was taken in the 3rd round where he was probably valued at, would people be calling him a bust then? Or is it just because he was taken in the 1st round?
No, it's definitely the 1st round. Definitely. There's no other way around it. I would like to find some stats, maybe comparison to Clyde to some other backs. Take out Jonathan Taylor. I know that's tough to do. Take out Jonathan Taylor, but take out some of those 3rd and 4th round backs, and I'd like to see who some of them were, what their stats were, what they did. Compare that to, because I just think maybe Clyde was a product of just getting drafted too early. And when it comes to that, that's on Veach. That's on the Chiefs. We selected him too early. Like, that's on us. Like, Clyde might be a bust, but they kind of put him in that situation, didn't they?
Do you think it's possible? You guys can put this in the comments as well. But Clyde's going to be on his contract year. So he's going to play. He's going to play hard. And Andy Reid's going to use him if he's healthy. We know this. Just look at the past. Andy will use him if he's healthy. And I think he would consider using him as like a 1A behind Isaiah Pacheco. I think Pacheco stole that job outright, but I think that he would still use Clyde quite a bit. So do you think it's possible that this dude, as much as everybody hates him, like, I feel like they've kind of got him on the same level as like Orlando Brown, where no matter how he produces, they're going to hate him, right?
Yeah.
But either way, do you think it's possible Clyde coming out on his contract year and just go off and like change people's tone about him as far as Chiefs fans go? Do you think that's even possible at this point?
No. I
don't either.
I think that Clyde, no matter what he does, Clyde could come out this year, he could go over 1,000 yards from a backup position. I think if he went over 1,000 yards and put up 10 touchdowns, I think you might see people change their mind a little bit.
That's very, very possible if he stays healthy.
Yes, that's what I was going to get to. More importantly, I think he's just got to stay healthy. This guy can't stay healthy. Is Clyde going to miss 2 games? More than likely, yes. Is Clyde going to miss 5 games? The odds are ever in his favor. He's got to stay healthy. That's just what Clyde's got to do. Like, Clyde is...
Yeah, that's been the problem. Well,
dude,
I'll tell you what. He rubbed everybody the wrong way by skipping his first Super Bowl parade to go to a fashion show. Like, I mean, it even kind of caught me. Like, what in the hell are you doing, dude? Like,
right.
He wasn't with the team in 2019. He was drafted the year after that. So this was his first Super Bowl ring. And this dude skipped out on celebrating with his team and his city to go to a fashion show. Guess what? All the hate he gets, he asked for it. That's all on him. So I don't even feel bad for the guy. What I was saying is if he comes out here and produces this year, because if he stays on the field and he's going to use them, if he comes out here, could he possibly change the tone of everybody? And I don't think so. I think he burned a bridge when he pulled that crap, dude.
Yeah, I agree. Isn't it crazy to think Clyde Edwards was the first running back taken in the 2020 draft? We had DeAndre Swift go. We had Jonathan Taylor. There was Cam Akers, J.K. Dobbins, A.J. Dillon, Keshawn Vaughn, Zach Moss. The list goes on and on. They're not the greatest.
Such a bad draft pick.
Right.
It's funny because Clyde gets it all on his shoulders, but let's be honest here.
So who all these would you have taken over Clyde? Would you have taken Jonathan Taylor, obviously?
Name them again.
Jonathan Taylor, yes.
Yes.
DeAndre Swift, yes, probably. Cam Akers, he's been a monumental bust. J.K. Dobbins. J.K. Dobbins can't stay in.
They've all been hurt, but let's okay, yeah, I'd say Clyde's on the same wavelength as them.
A.J. Dillon.
I don't know. A.J. didn't get as much looks because of Aaron Jones, so you don't really know with him.
Zach Moss, same. And that's it.
It wasn't a great running back class, but definitely DeAndre Swift and Jonathan Taylor. Those are gimmies.
Horrible running back class, by the way. The Chiefs should have probably just waited on the running back there and got it a different way. They should have just did it. They should have just said,
let's just be honest here. Clyde has not helped himself with his antics of going to fashion shows instead of Super Bowl parades. But, I mean, really, I think it's just as much Brett Veach's fault, Andy Reid's fault, all them guys that were like, hey, yeah, let's take this guy. Even if Patrick Mahomes said it, it's a little bit on him. Like, you guys are the ones that chose this cat at the end of the first round when didn't have to. I thought it was a silly pick to begin with. I remember everybody was kind of mad when it happened. They're like, why are we taking a running back in the first round? So, I mean, that's coming on like a few years off of grabbing Kareem Hunt in like the 3rd round or something like that. So, I mean, everybody's like, why are we doing this?
Hey, there's 101 people in here. We've hit the century mark. I want all of you guys to get in the comments. Let us know. I'm going to ask you guys a question right now. Steve will put it up at a poll, possibly in a minute. Does this change your mind about Clyde Edwards-Helaire? We said take out Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor was the running back out of that draft. So the next one up was DeAndre Swift, who, by the way, DeAndre Swift was drafted before Jonathan Taylor. Clyde Edwards-Helaire has 371 carries for 1,622 yards and 11 touchdowns in his career. That's career numbers. DeAndre Swift, 6 less carries, 364 carries, 1,680 yards. That only puts him 60 yards above Clyde, 18 touchdowns. So only 7 touchdowns above him, and we all know that most of those were receiving, and Clyde can't stay healthy. So the fact that Clyde cannot stay healthy and still is right on par with his numbers goes to show you that Clyde still could have been the best running back in that class if you take the wear and tear off Jonathan Taylor and take him out of that. Because that's why nobody drafted Jonathan Taylor. That's why he fell. They said he had too many carries in Wisconsin. Too much.
They're doing the same thing to him in Indy. I don't think you'll hear much about him for much longer. I feel like he's going to fall off.
He could turn into the whole, Derrick Henry situation where they're just going to run him into the ground. He's going to have a very early career exit.
If he could have stayed on the field, say Clyde never got hurt, he never missed a game from being hurt, people probably wouldn't call him a bust. Let's be honest about it, because he does produce when he's in there. I think it's a little bit of he's not reliable, and he done stupid stuff like not go to the Super Bowl parade. That was like the perfect recipe for Chiefs Kingdom to be like, you know what? Screw this guy. Let him go. Let him go. We'll get him out of here.
That's kind of my thing. If Jonathan Taylor's the class of the draft, if he's the class of the running backs, take him out. DeAndre Swift was everybody's second. So if DeAndre Swift's your second, he only has 58 more rushing yards, or total yards in general, rushing yards, whatever, and 7 more touchdowns. That's it. And Clyde's missed way more games due to injury. So if you take all that out of it, does Clyde have a chance? Like, at that point, is he now the second best running back in that draft? Or, like, I don't think you can say that DeAndre Swift is that much better than him.
Does DeAndre Swift have better stats than him?
No. Yeah, well, 58 yards. He's up by 58 yards and 7 touchdowns. That's it.
Yeah, that's kind of sad, isn't it?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Clyde.
Did Swift miss any games?
I don't know how many games. Yes, DeAndre Swift. I don't know how many games he's missed in his career compared to Clyde.
Right.
But I'm just trying to say, if you think DeAndre Swift was your second and he's guaranteed better than Clyde, when you look at the numbers, not that much difference.
Well, I will say this. And I'm not trying to defend Clyde at all because I could care less if he plays for us or not. Let's be honest here. But I feel like that him not going to the Super Bowl parade and the fact that he's unreliable has made it to where Chiefs fans don't care how good his stats are. They really don't. It's like he's tarnished himself so much in Chiefs Kingdom that they don't even care about it no more. They just want to see him gone. I see a lot of people in the comments saying that Clyde's slow, Clyde's outclassed by our other running backs. And let's be honest here. I think if Clyde's 100% healthy, you take Clyde over Jerick McKinnon. Right?
No.
No, I mean, no. I'm not talking about for the Chiefs right now. I'm not talking about the Chiefs offense. Let me get that straight. Okay. If you're another team and you're looking to get a good running back or a decent running back, you're going to take the younger Clyde Edwards-Helaire over a Jerick McKinnon who's 31, 32, 33 years old with knee injuries.
Look, Jerick McKinnon's been paid countless times, burned countless teams with injuries. Knock on wood that he stays healthy here in Kansas City. He does good for what he does, but he's a role. He plays a role here. He blocks for Patrick Mahomes and he catches balls out of the backfield. If he's your feature back, no. I think that if you can guarantee that Clyde stays healthy all day, every day, you would take Clyde right now if you're going to put him on a franchise.
Well, I see people saying not over McKinnon. You would never take Clyde over McKinnon. In this Chiefs offense, no. But in in the real world, like other teams, like who's more valuable to trade off, it's going to be Clyde all day, every day.
Nobody's getting the question. Nobody's understanding it. I see Morgan saying, "What the f?" Dude, I'm telling you right now, if you're building a franchise, if you need a running back on your franchise, you do not pull Clyde or you do not pull Jerick McKinnon off and be like, that's my feature back over Clyde. You just wouldn't do it. You couldn't do it.
Hell no.
If you think that's the way you go, I'm just going to tell you right now, you are not on the same brain length as all 32 GMs in this league. There's just no way. Clyde holds way more value in that sense.
Granted, we like Jerick McKinnon more. Everybody likes
love
Jerick McKinnon more.
But Jerick McKinnon is a row. If you put him as if you took Pacheco out of the equation, you said you got to have one running back, and it's going to be Clyde or it's going to be Jerick, and they got to do everything. A lot of people would take Jerick McKinnon. I get it, but over the course of the next 6-7 years, ain't no way. Clyde will last longer. If Clyde stays healthy, you've also got to put that caveat on it. But you can't say Jerick McKinnon's not stayed healthy his entire career. He's got through a few seasons in Kansas City, but knock on wood, it continues. But this guy's been horrible his entire career. So who's to say Clyde can't get it together this year and have 17 full games of a season and comes out and does well? I think Andy's going to use him as a 1B. I really do. I don't think that they view Clyde as a clear-cut Pacheco's night and day better than him. I just don't see it. I don't think anybody can watch the Chiefs and say that. If you've watched how Andy and this offense operates, they very much will use Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and they've talked about him all offseason as being good. They've talked about him as being impressive. Of course, they're not going to commit that fifth-year option to him, but no, I think they like Clyde. And they're going to use him as long as he's here. I really do.
Well, I mean, if you want to go by stats, I mean, if we're talking about building a franchise and you're taking him, running back for your franchise, anyone who says McKinnon over Clyde is kidding themselves. It's just because they like McKinnon better. Because Clyde's only 24 years old. McKinnon's 31. Clyde, if you go look at their stats, Clyde's already put up half the stats McKinnon has in his entire career. So that shows you that Jerick McKinnon had a lot of the same problems that Clyde had when he started out. He couldn't stay on the field. Like, it was the same deal. And that's the thing. Like, nobody get us twisted. We love Jerick McKinnon, and he's amazing in our offense. He's a good receiving back. He's awesome at he pass protects better than almost a lot of backs in the league. But, I mean, if you're starting from scratch, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, if you're going value-wise, because we're trying to get Clyde out of KC. We're not talking about who's better in KC. We're talking about, getting some value from Clyde. But Jack Green with the 2 bomb.
Thanks, Jack.
We
We appreciate it.
you.
So this is very passionate, man. I think everybody's passionate over Clyde, over whatever. I get it. And you
Right.
guys have a sour taste in your mouth over Clyde Edwards-Helaire, but I just cannot for the life of me think that if you were building a franchise right now, if you were literally turning on Madden.
If you did do that, you're making the wrong decision.
Right. If you're turning
I
on.
mean, you're letting your bias show.
Let's just say Nebraska gets a team, and we're going to be called the Nebraska non-Cornhuskers, and you got a draft, and Clyde's in the pool, and Jerick McKinnon's in the pool. There's no way you take Jerick McKinnon, being as old as he is, and all the wear and tear. You can't do it.
But we love him more.
They play two different roles. They just play two different roles. If you want a feature back, Clyde would be more of the feature back.
Yeah. Jack Green, we appreciate the two, man.
Sorry.
Got your emails, by the way. We'll probably hit you back up. I had some questions about some of it, so we'll get back at you when we have time, Jack. But we appreciate the two, and yeah, I mean it's obvious everybody likes. I mean, we love Clyde better, or I'm sorry, McKinnon better than Clyde, but that's not what we're saying by any means. So try to get my volume down a little bit.
Yeah,
is that better? How do I sound?
Yeah, it sounds pretty good. Yeah, I think you were just getting really passionate, and you were popping that mic.
I'm yelling. I was passionate.
Yeah,
I'm not real passionate. I don't really care.
Right there too.
I'm not passionate about any of that stuff, to be honest. I don't care about Clyde that much.
I don't think so either. I don't think it's enough to be a big deal. Back to the trade thing. Would the Giants consider it? If I were the Giants, yes, I would consider that trade. Again, I'd give up a 5th round pick. I don't know. That's just what I would do. Don't say I'm don't come at me with a pitchfork. We got Jack Richards with a 5 bomb. Jack said, Mike, this $4.99 turns to $100 if Nuck still signs for $8 million.
Absolutely.
I don't think it's going to happen now. I feel like Brett Veach offered him somewhere around what I said.
Hey,
but
Jack, are you the one that said this the other day?
money.
I think he's the one that said this the other day. That's why he put that. But man, Jerick McKinnon, I'm going back to that. I just got to bring this up real quick before we move on from that. Jerick McKinnon has missed more games than Clyde in his career.
Right.
Just
Well,
want to
how
throw
much
that out
longer
there.
has he played?
I get that, but I'm just saying. I mean, people saying, I think I saw one comment said, "Do you want the broke one or the old one?" I think Jerick McKinnon's a little bit of both, but Jerick McKinnon's also somebody. Jerick McKinnon also shows you the value. Like you could use Jerick McKinnon as a example of how Clyde still has value because like he started off hurt all the time and everything like that, and then now he's very, very valuable to the Super Bowl winning team, right? So that shows you that Clyde may still have some left in the tank. It just depends. He's got to stay healthy. We've talked about it over and over again. But let's move on to Nuck here.
Wait a second.
May
have some left in the tank. He's only played for 4 years. He's only played half a season for 4 years.
Well, I'm just saying if he can stay healthy. Like we've all decided that's the thing about it. What are you eating?
A mint.
Are you eating mints again?
A cotton candy
Guys,
mint,
we're gonna have to do something about Mike's weird mint addiction.
It's cotton candy.
We got to do
Who
something
don't like
about
this? Who don't like a cotton
No,
candy?
but Jack, I don't think he's going to sign for $8 million. I think that's out of the question. Will he sign with the Chiefs? I think it's still in play. A lot of people's got him out because of the cap situation, but I don't know. Did you guys see where Buffalo was? They went and restructured one of their guys, so I wonder if they're trying to make room.
Yeah, who was it? Ed Oliver? Was it Ed Oliver?
I didn't look at the actual numbers of how they extended it or what they'd be out this year if it opened up any cap room. I don't know. Maybe that wasn't what they were doing, but I did see the headline that they restructured them. So I kind of wondered if they were trying to open up some money for DeAndre. I don't know.
Here's what it says. Fox Sports is saying Bills defensive tackle Ed Oliver agrees to a reported 4-year, $68 million extension. They're not saying what it does to the cap this year. Let me go to Sport Track, see if they've updated it.
They might have updated it by now.
Dude, if that is something, to me, that sounds... Okay, look, so in 2023, Ed Oliver was going to have a cap hit of $10.7 million. So if they've redid this now, they do not have it updated just yet. But it's very possible that this could be clearing some room. That's what I'm saying. I wonder if that's what they were trying to do. Hey, man, they could have been blowing smoke. We said Billy Bean likes to blow the smoke. Billy Bean, Benjamin blowing smoke. Billy Bean. What a name. Oh, Billy Bean. I bet he got picked on a lot as a child. Hey, Bean. I tell you what. I don't know about Bean here. He's lying to everybody. I think he's in. I think he's in on D-Hop.
I think he is too. I think that was a little bit of a smoke screen. We got 116 people in here. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that sub button. Don't be afraid to get in the comments. We got some awesome people in our community here. Also, all of you guys are here. Take 2 seconds to go hit that like button. It helps us out and gets more people over here. We can find new Chiefs fans to talk with. And actually, you know what? If you like Jerick McKinnon more than you like Clyde Edwards-Helaire, you must go hit the like button.
You must.
Oh man. So the D-Hop stuff, it's kind of it's kind of run its course, right? Like everybody's tired of hearing about it. I feel like D-Hop, I don't know if it's him or if it's the situations. Because at first I'm sitting there thinking like, this guy's dragging this out so long. It's like a clown show. Like he's going to keep doing it. We probably won't hear anything about it for another couple, another week maybe.
I feel like he's enjoying this way too much.
He might be, but well, here's my thing. Or maybe the teams that he's interested in, like Buffalo and Kansas City, is he giving them time to make the money work? Like, is he giving them time to work things out? Because it might not be about D-Hop, wanting the attention or dragging it out or anything like that. It could be like, I could go to the Browns right now and I could have a reunion with Deshaun Wacker Watson. And
dude, let's not talk about Wacker.
Right. But no, him and Wacker played together in Houston. And so there's a relationship there. He hasn't signed with them yet. They have plenty of money. So maybe the reason why he's waiting is because he's waiting for Buffalo or Kansas City to open up see if they can make some numbers work. Do you think that could be what's taking so long?
It really could. Maybe he's got something on the table. Maybe Billy Bean. Maybe O'Bean told him, hey, give me a week. Maybe Brett Veach said, give me a week. We're working.
Right.
We don't know. We don't know the behind the scenes. Here's what we know. We know what reporters report. We know that half of the reporters are just trying to get some clicks, and I don't think anybody knows the situation unless you're in the GM office or you're in his camp, DeAndre Hopkins' camp. I think that's the only way you know what's going on. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people in his camp didn't even know what's going on because they don't want nobody to leak anything. So it is what it is. I think it's going to be fine. I think if everybody will just sit back and chill, I think it'll be fine. And if we don't get him, we don't get him. I don't think it's the end of the world if we don't get him.
No, definitely not at all. But I mean, it's just a luxury, right? I mean, that's the thing about it. That's a lot of people's view on it. It's like, we don't need to pay that much for a luxury. Like, we don't have to have them. And that's a fair point of view. But to me, it's like, why wouldn't you improve your team if you can? If you can make it work and it doesn't break the bank, bring them in here. Let's do it. Let's pull the 2007 New England Patriots and bring in Randy Moss. I mean, why not? Give Patrick, an actual number one wide receiver for once in his career. Let's see how it goes. I mean, it's just going to be a 1 year, maybe 2 year thing. A lot of people's like, oh, he's old. Like, yeah, well, we're not wanting to sign this guy for 5 years. Like, we're just going to use him while he's still producing at a high level. That's the thing. It's kind of a mutual thing. Like, he wants to use us to win a ring. We're going to use him to do the same thing.
Hey, will you throw up a poll? We got 122 in here. Just throw up a poll. How many are you guys tired of talking about DeAndre Hopkins? Yes or no? Just simple as that. Not even do you still want DeAndre Hopkins. Just, are you guys tired of the DeAndre Hopkins drama? Yes or no? Very curious about it, to be honest.
Oh, I'm sure everybody is. I'm tired of it. But, I mean, it's just what you have to talk about right now, right? Because what we do, I mean, we're always putting out content, and it's like, this is the slowest part of the football year. I mean, pretty dead. And the only thing there really is to talk about is the only bit of news that's out there, and that's, hey, D-Hop hasn't signed with anybody yet. He's like the hot free agent. This is a game changer. Like, a lot of people, it's like, oh, he's old and he's lost a step in this. And I don't think they watched him last year because D-Hop's that guy that's going to catch whatever you throw his way. That's what makes him separate from everybody else. Like, just throw the ball and he's going to get it. Like, it's like a different kind of, it's a different thing. Like, we have great receivers on our team, like Kadarius Toney. I think he'll have a good year, but you guys have to remember, Kadarius Toney's not in the same league as D-Hop. Not yet. I mean, he's yet to prove he can even stay on the field. Does he have the ability to get there? Yeah, I think so. I think that Kadarius Toney is one of the most athletic guys that we've seen. I think he's a freak as far as that goes. He's like borderline, like he's like his own entity, like Tyreek Hill. Like there's nobody else quite like him. And, but yeah, he's not quite to that D-Hop level yet. D-Hop gives you a whole different level of receiver. He's like an older Jamar Chase, right? Like, is that what Jamar Chase kind of reminds you of? Is it like a young D-Hop?
Yeah. I mean, their play style's not super similar, but or their body type rather. But
it's just the same way that they're both pretty tall guys, and they both catch whatever you throw to them. Just chuck it to them. Like, they're going to catch the ball. Get on the ball.
Des the Gym 95 with a $10. He says, thanks first and foremost, 10 bomb.
Yeah, appreciate you, Des.
Appreciate you. He says, Buffalo superstars are getting older. They have about a 2-year window before a rebuild, so them overpaying for D-Hop makes total sense, and another early playoff exit for them. McDermott's seat could heat up. If they overpay for D-Hop and they can't get it done, you're going to start hearing narratives about Josh Allen. You're going to hear narratives about McDermott. There's going to be some shakeups. I don't even think what's his name? The other wide receiver they got. Why can't I think of it? Stephon
Davis?
Diggs. No, Stephon Diggs.
I thought you already said Stephon Diggs. You said the other wide receiver. Right. Stephon Diggs is the wide receiver from Buffalo.
I'm talking if they got D-Hop. But here's my thing. If they get D-Hop and they can't win, yes, McDermott would be on the hot seat. And I do believe Josh Allen would start taking a little criticism from the national media. I don't know how much. Yes.
I don't think it matters if D-Hop's there or not. I think if Buffalo doesn't do something this year, you're going to start seeing Stephon Diggs wanting out. I think he already wants out halfway.
He wants out now.
Right. You're going to see that team implode big time if they fail this year, and that's beautiful. Like, I can't wait to see it happen. Because they're not, unless they do something drastic, I think for them, signing D-Hop's like a last-ditch effort, right?
Right. Jack Green gifted a membership. Appreciate you, Jack. Rich was the recipient. Rich, welcome to the membership. We appreciate it.
We got to come up with a name for you guys.
We're going to come up with a name for you guys. It's going to take, we want to get it right. We want the name to be correct, and we want to bring it correct. So,
we got to get some ideas out there too. So if you guys have any ideas, throw them in the comments or whatever, because we want to name our members. It could be something cheesy. It could be the All Chiefed Up Army. It could be whatever. I don't care. Just throw out your ideas.
We're gonna name y'all the D Hopers instead of D Hop.
D Hopers.
The Hopers. The hope for D Hops. Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna.
Thanks, Des. By the way, appreciate you, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through chat really quick, Steve, and just give some shout outs. We got Kenneth in the house. Gary's in the house. Scott Crosser's here. Boats and Hoes. Jose is in the house. Lewis is here. David Howe, Doug, all the usual suspects, Steve. Hefe, Julia's here. Jared Williams, Kip Carms, Morgan. Appreciate seeing all of you guys and gals, by the way. Jack Richards. So much. Grind Don't Stop's in the house. Dez already. We've seen Dez, Kevin Capel. Yeah, we're just kind of flying through. I'm so far behind. We're never going to get through every comment that's been read, so I'll just start picking it up from the get. If you guys want to throw out some questions or something, we're here. We're going to be here for a little while. We're going to talk some Chief football. But yeah, the whole thing with the Clyde thing, I think the Giants would be smart to throw that out. I don't know if even Brett and Andy would take it unless they get offered something good, because I do believe they like it. Deneric Prince helps a lot there. If Deneric Prince comes out and plays really well when we get to team drills and things like that, and we can actually start hitting a little bit, that's incentive to get rid of Clyde as well. So,
Mike, I know you're talking football right now, but I had to. I saw this. You better not be the Slap Nuts crew.
I kind of like that.
Hey, Doug, the Slap Nutters. Those Slap Nuts.
I don't even know if that sounds right, to be honest. What's up, Dwayne? Dwayne in the house. He says, "What's going on, fellas? First time listening." Dwayne, nice to have you here. We appreciate you.
Welcome.
A lot of good people here in the chat. A great community, by the way. If you're interested, we got memberships start at $4.99. We just gave away a Derek Johnson signed autographed jersey. That was won by Plain Rock. By the way, Plain Rock did reach out to us. He did not want us to veto it. He's gladly going to accept the jersey. So we gave that away. We're going to be giving away something else next month. So there are perks to being a member. If you can't afford it, that's fine. Just hit the like button. Talk to us in the chat. Watch our videos. Subscribe. Things like that, man. That's a free way to help us out. Hit that like button. Tell your friends. That's all we're going for, man. But yeah, it's a good group of guys here for sure.
Absolutely.
And gals.
Jack Green with another 2-bomb. Jack, we appreciate you, man. Love the support that some of you guys have shown since the get-go. So y'all have helped us grow to what we are now. We're trying to keep the ball rolling, baby. We're getting really close to that 9,000 subs. Getting very, very close. So after we get there, it's on to 10. I think Jack and some others decided that we're getting 10 before the season starts. So we got some work to do, Mike.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to go with slap nutters for you guys, but I do think
they're not going to be slap nuts.
We need a slap nut emoji though for sure.
No, I'm working on one. I have a list.
Steve.
I'm getting a ketchup bottle.
Yeah,
the ketchup bottle for Chris Wright. I'm trying to think what else is on the list. Hold on, I'm gonna read my list off, and if I'm missing one, you guys have to put it in the comments.
Was it a Diet Mountain Dew?
Let me know. Yeah, I think so. Hold on. I have a little list. It's a ketchup bottle, a Diet Mountain Dew, like maybe Diet Dew Bro, something crazy, whatever I can make fit on an emoji. An ACU fam emoji. We don't have one of those. The Truth Bomb, because we're always dropping those. And then, of course, the Slap Nuts. I think that's what I have on the agenda. So when I get a chance, I'm going to work on some of those. Time's been a little tight lately, but I'm going to try to
I think for
done.
Truth Bomb, I think we need one like a thank you kind of thing. So when people throw out gifted memberships and the chat wants to thank them, that's pretty cool. Or somebody just throws out we call them bombs. So once you throw out another bomb, we'll call them nukes, the money nukes.
We can can we get one that just says thanks slap nuts every time?
the new guys to the chat will be like, I cannot believe I just donated something. They call me slap nuts.
That's pretty fitting for us, right?
Nikki says, good save adding gals. You know what? Yeah. We forget we have a lot of gals in here. Julia, you, Nikki, Brenda Pike,
a lot.
Trish, so many of you guys get in here and talk football, and it's great. I know the guys are the most overbearing ones with the loud ass opinions that won't shut up. But we appreciate the ladies, and you guys got to keep us in check for sure. So that's for sure. Brian Parris says the doo-doo heads, spelled like do. Come on.
Good grief, Brian. Brian, are you still humming along to the song that was playing when we started? I know it's your favorite.
Brian
That's why I put it on there.
What about the Misfits? Is that a good name for our group? The all chiefed up Misfits.
Like, dude, okay. I don't take offense to what no one here take offense to what I'm about to say. But I do feel like that we're kind of the island of misfit toys in the Chiefs kingdom. Like if you don't fit in anywhere else, you can fit in right here with us because we're the weird ones, right? We're the guys that are crude and we might have a little bit of different humor than most other people and a little bit of, slapstick kind of thing going on. A lot of people don't dig that, but I feel like everybody here's got a good sense of humor and it's fun. So yeah. Javier in the house. What's up, Javier? Vetta's in the house. How you doing, Vetta? Hope you're doing good.
Vetta.
Having a lovely weekend. Lewis says that ACU Tailgaters has a ring to it. The Tailgaters that's been floated around too, so that's definitely probably a serious one that we could throw on the list, and hopefully we can get that narrowed down soon. Because actually, something that Jack Green thought about in the email was, hey, let's get our crew named, and then we can have some, personalized merchandise just for the members. So that would be kind of cool too. So I like that idea. So thanks for that, Jack, and that's something that we can work on once we get a name for you, beautiful people.
You know what I thought about doing? I thought about giving away to members. Now, not every member could do it; only the membership winners. But how cool would it be if once per month, and this is just throwing it out there, what if you got an actual Chief jersey, right? And you get a legit Chief jersey, and you just put, like, either the name of our membership group, like whatever we decide to call it, or you just put all chiefed up or whatever, and you just make that your nameplate on the back, and then you start numbering it, like number 1, number 2, number 3, and go down the line. We're not calling it Slap Nuts, bro.
They get the Slap Nuts jersey once a month. We give away the Slap Nuts jersey.
We're not calling them Slap Nuts.
I know. I'm just playing. But how funny would that be if I ever see anyone, like if I go to a game and I see a dude with a custom Slap Nuts Chiefs jersey, I'm gonna lose it.
That would be kind of funny, actually. You know who deserves a Slap Nuts jersey? What's his name? Chiefsaholic. This guy's on the FBI most wanted list, bro. Have you seen this?
No, it's just the Kansas City one, right? It's like a Kansas City most wanted list. Yeah, even though that was done in Oklahoma, or was it Oklahoma where that happened?
I think he's out here robbing.
I think that's where the bank robbery happened. It was Bixby, Oklahoma. Yeah. So yeah, even though it was done in Oklahoma, he's still on the wanted list in Kansas City because they know that he frequents there and he knows people there.
There you go.
Yeah, I like that.
The all chiefed up alcoholics. We can make you guys the all chiefed up alcoholics. That may work. I don't know.
The alcoholics.
Yeah.
A lot of people like the Misfits idea, so maybe instead of just saying like ACU Misfits, like maybe we can try to twist it to something to make it better, to where it's more like original and we don't sound like the band, the Misfits.
That's what I said. We start putting Misfits on merchandise and they're going to come calling. That's for sure. They'll shut us down quick. They shut us down anyway, by the way. Our hats that we sell, our shirts, they come at us and say that All Chiefed Up is not ours, and they take them off. And we're like, yeah, we invented it. Like, quit taking our stuff off.
We made that logo.
we made it. Congrats. Dude, it's crazy.
That's great. Good stuff. Man, so, yeah, if you're not a member yet, speaking of that, make sure to go join, man. It's like, I understand if you don't want a $4.99 a month charge to you. I mean, everybody has enough of those with Netflix and everything else in the world now is a subscription based. But I mean, if you can spare the $5 a month, which is pretty much nothing these days, but if you can spare it, I suggest you go join. There's some perks to it, and we're working on a lot more for just members. Plus, it's just an easy way to support the channel to keep us going. So we'd appreciate it if you can do that. It'd be awesome.
Hey, D-Shift. I don't know. Welcome. But he says, as a Cowboys fan, I thoroughly thank y'all for beating the Eagles. I thought you guys might like that.
D-Shift.
I thought you might like it. Yeah. Is there like the Chief fans and Cowboys fans? Do you guys get along? I don't know how that works. Like the Cowboys fans hate the Chiefs. Like a lot of teams hate the Chiefs now, man, because we win a little bit. But if you guys know anything, what you guys are going through now, boy, did we go through since 1990 with like being close to having a great team and we just can't get it together when it counts. So we feel you. We see where it's at, but yeah man.
Hey, welcome though. We're good with all other teams' fans too to be here in the community. We don't care as long as they're respectful. We don't care. I didn't mean to look like I was disinterested in that. I'm not at all. My daughter went to her first concert ever today. She's 14. She went to some festival. She got to see Weezer, and she got to see Zach Bryan, which she likes him a lot. So she's all pumped about it, and she was trying to call me, and I'm like, I'll call you back when I'm done. So she's all excited.
What kind of concert was it? Like a
I just
festival?
told you.
Was it a festival? Where was it at?
Literally just said it in Lexington.
Oh, I hadn't heard about it. That's a weird lineup, actually. Weezer.
No, I thought it was
Zach
strange.
Bryan?
Well, the rest of it was like Tyler Childers, Whiskey, whatever his name is. Whiskey Myers.
You're gonna get
and then
smacked.
Weezer was just randomly in there.
That's pretty weird. I don't know. I don't get the Weezer thing. I don't know. Brightside says All Chiefed Up sounds like a bunch of stoners. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody
say
says that.
and that's cool. If you're a stoner and you want to associate it with that, then go for it. And I'm on if that's your thing.
But yeah.
Julia Gulia probably does.
Yeah, she's probably.
That's why she subbed.
What's up, Doug? Doug asked a question. He's got a real football question. He says, 53 predictions. Is it going to be Najee or will it be Nick Jones? Your thoughts? Steve kind of talked about the whole Najee thing yesterday. He said that he don't really put much stock into Dave Tobe, just saying he was a great gunner. Like, he don't think that's going to automatically guarantee him the spot. I'm kind of right there with him. I don't think it's guaranteed. Somebody said that we were making fun of Marcus Kemp the other day, throwing shade at Marcus Kemp for using that. That was not the point.
Yeah.
The example was Marcus Kemp. We all know he's a great special teamer. He did not make the 53-man last year on special teams alone. Did he come in and produce and do something awesome at the end of the season? Yes. We didn't say they were horrible, get them away. We just said that special teams alone may not get you on the roster when you're this loaded.
Yeah, my point was, last year you heard a lot about Marcus Kemp and Reese Fountain, like, oh, they're going to make the 53-man because they're so valuable in special teams, and Dave Tobe really loves them, so they're going to make the 53-man. Guess what? Neither of them did, and I don't think that that's going to be enough for Najee to make it. I'm not saying that he can't, because he obviously can play safety and corner as well, so kind of, to me, it depends on more how he's developing that role. Like, because, I mean, let's be honest here, saying someone's the best gunner in the league, that's like saying, hey, man, this guy's not the best at anything else, but he's a really good gunner. Like, it's just like...
Steve, you're devaluing. Well, nowadays, with the special teams rules, you might not have any value in a gunner position anymore.
Right, and at the same time, it's just like, yeah, you can be a great gunner. Maybe Nick Jones is too, though. I mean, I don't know. Just to me, it don't mean a whole lot as far as that goes. As far as making the 53-man roster, I don't think you get a lock for that. For being a good special teamer, I feel like that's just a plus. It helps you.
Well, are you going to pick Najee? If it comes down to Najee or Nick Jones, who are you taking?
Well, I don't know. I haven't seen any of them. Seen enough of it yet. We'll see in camp. We'll see how they, compete in camp. I think they'll both put up.
Nick Jones is a 7th-round pick, the same as Najee, but Nick Jones has actually been kind of impressive when I see him on the field. A lot better than I thought he was going to look coming out of Ball State. You know who should have went to Ball State? Deshaun Watson. That's where he should have went to school. Ball State.
He actually started that school? Man, you guys over here in the chat, I see what you got them up to now, Mike.
What? What did I get him up to?
You got Cheech and Chong in the chat now.
Oh.
They're all chiefed up, bro.
Hey, if the shoe fits.
Hey, can we make a pot leaf emoji?
We'll probably get demonetized.
Is that allowed on YouTube?
I don't know, man. It's legal in certain spots, so who knows? Somebody I just read said that they do it for medicinal purposes, so,
Well, yeah, a lot of people do. That's the thing.
I mean, it is what it is. Randy, what's up, man? Not seen you in the chat before. Appreciate you being here. He said I could see us releasing a couple vets to keep some young players. That's been thrown around a little bit.
Watson, maybe. Like that when I was thinking about that, when I saw that comment just a second ago too, and the first thing that popped in my mind was Justin Watson. Maybe he doesn't make it because we have like these young guys like Justin Ross.
Right.
And
well, they've been throwing around Mike Dana's name. I don't think
Mike
that's going to
Dana
happen.
is another one.
Derek Nottie. Derek Nottie's a possibility.
That could happen.
I'm going to name one right now that should probably get cut. I think Julia's going to have a party over it. I think Lucas Niang is probably right there on that cut line for me. If I were picking this, I think Lucas Niang's firmly on the cut line. If I've got to bring in, if I have to, Lucas Niang's never impressed me.
If you hate Clyde Edwards-Helaire and you like Lucas Niang,
right,
then you're a hypocrite. Except for I think Lucas Niang probably went to the freaking Super Bowl parade.
Maybe.
Unless he was injured. He might have had to sit it out.
Yeah. He might have to sit that one out, man. Slapnuts. Gary said Slapnuts went to Ball State. Yeah. Clemson. Who is Slapnuts? Is Slapnuts this all come from us calling Deshaun Watson Slapnuts, did it not?
No. It was the tight end that went to Pittsburgh. What's his name? Darnell Washington. That's who we called Slapnuts.
Pittsburgh? He went to Georgia. Oh, wait. Oh, you mean drafted by
Pittsburgh? What are you talking about?
Got you.
Yeah.
When you said they went, that makes me think they went to school.
He got drafted to Pittsburgh. Sorry.
There you go. Okay, I got you. So he's Slapnuts. But now,
that's
so
what we call. But I mean, I don't know. No, it's not just him though. Maybe that's just what we call people that do stupid things.
Oh yeah, that's true.
They're Slapnuts. So yeah, that's it. That's what we're going as. If anybody gets in here and they have, we all have the moments where we say stupid stuff. Maybe they do it, and then everybody can be like, "Hey, Slapnuts, calm down."
Or those Bills fans, the Bills fans get in here and talk trash.
Yeah, Bills fans are Slapnuts.
Yeah, for real. Boats and Hose says this offense is going to be historically good this year. You watch. We will watch Boats and Hose. We're going to watch us be awesome.
Man, it could be. Dude, can you imagine, though? We've talked about this before. I don't remember if it was on a live stream or not. But, man, if they did get DeAndre Hopkins, I know a lot of people don't want it and they think it's too much money or they think he's a diva or this or that. But my whole thing with that is if he's so bad in the locker room, he's such a diva and everything, why was Andy Reid and Brett Veach okay with trying to trade for him before the draft? So, I mean, they know more about that than we do. They vet these guys. So, I mean, if they're okay with it, then we, by proxy should be okay with it, right? Because, I mean, if the guys that are who we put the most value in, these are the smartest guys we know football-wise, are saying that it's okay, then we should have faith in that. We should agree with them.
Quit trying to make sense.
Either way, I was just saying, if you add D-Hop to this roster, it takes it up a notch. And I think it's like the offense goes to a 99, right? Madden 99.
I'm with you. Jose, what's up, man? He says, which wide receiver do y'all have your hopes up for the most? I think...
Sky.
Sky, and I really want to see... I really, really, really want to see how MVS can adjust in year 2. Can MVS step it up a little bit? Does him and Mahomes get on the same page a little more? And then beyond that, kind of excited about Rashee Rice. We keep kind of forgetting Rashee Rice a little bit here and there. Kind of curious to see what kind of receiver he's going to be. Is he going to be the guy that can make the reliable catch? Can he still take screen passes to the house, or is he just going to be the big body jump ball guy? Kind of curious.
I think he will. I think he's going to have to, grow into being a full, well-rounded receiver. Because right now he does want to play jump ball. He's very content with playing jump ball. But when you get to the NFL and you realize it's a whole different ball game, you can't rely on that. Not from Rashee Rice's standpoint.
Okay, D-Shift, our Dallas guy in the chat, he says, where do y'all rank Dak? Total, like in all of football or in the NFC? At the risk, I don't know what your idea is. I don't know if you're one of those sensitive Dallas fans that you just can't talk bad about him, or if you're a truthful guy.
I'll tell you this, D-Shift. The question, is Dak a top 10 in the league, is a good question. Like, he might not be a top 10.
Yeah, like he's borderline.
We can dig.
In my
I think
opinion,
he's around. He's around there. Let's name some. Patrick Mahomes obviously is going to go above Dak.
Burrow,
Allen. I have to give Allen the nod over Dak right now.
Josh Herbert. Justin Herbert. I mixed Josh Allen and Justin Herbert together.
Justin Herbert. Honestly, man, I hate to say it, but is he not? He's probably right around where Kirk Cousins is, somewhere in that range, right?
Yeah. I think you could make a case that he could be in the top 10.
It's
going to be somewhere between the 7 to 10 range.
You got like Aaron Rodgers, Lamar, some guys that I would put above him. But I mean, Dak is.
Let's be honest.
Here's my thing. I don't think Dak's a bad quarterback, but I don't think Dak is it. I don't think he's the guy that's going to get Dallas back to the glory land. I just don't.
If you're an offense like Dallas that throws the ball, okay, you're taking Dak Prescott all day long over Lamar Jackson, aren't you? You probably even take him over Jalen Hurts if it comes to just throwing the football.
Say that one more time. I was reading comments. I'm sorry.
Quit reading comments and listen to me. I said, if you are an offense like Dallas where you want to sling it all over the place, you're going to take Dak Prescott all day over probably Jalen Hurts and Lamar because all they want to do is run the ball.
Yeah, let's be honest here. Jalen Hurts and Lamar Jackson are glorified running backs. And is it their fault? Maybe not. It's just the offense, the way they use them. But that's pretty much what they are right now. So Dak has probably one more than Lamar, and he's probably one more than Herbert, and he's probably one more than Joe Burrow, to be honest. Burrow's not got the greatest record in the NFL. But I think longevity-wise, you have to give him the nod. I don't know. I would say Dak's probably a top 10. He's probably borderline, but he's definitely probably in that conversation. But that's about where I got him at. Yeah. Around the 10 mark.
That's probably somewhere in that situation. A lot of people in the chat are talking about Justin Watson. Didn't we give him a 2-year? Yes, we did sign Justin Watson to 2-year. A lot of people think that's going to make him a roster lock. We've talked about this already. I don't know. I don't know how it makes him a roster lock. I do think he does
I think it does.
I think he developed some trust with Mahomes last year. I'll give him that. We thought he was good enough to give him a 2-year extension. It wasn't even a year-to-year. They give him a 2-year, a twofer. I think Justin Watson is probably it's going to come down between him and Richie James. And if you don't bring in D-Hop, if you bring in D-Hop, Justin Watson's got a really big chance of getting cut. If they don't bring in D-Hop, I think Justin Watson makes the roster.
I was going to say, one guy that I'm kind of excited to see how he works out, and people don't say it a whole lot, but it's Richie James. He's coming off his best year as a pro. I mean, last year with the Giants, he had 57 receptions for 569 yards, 4 touchdowns. I mean, the dude, that's what Daniel Jones. And, now he's here with Patrick Mahomes. He's very athletic. He's useful in the return game. I'm excited to see how he pans out, too. And I think Jack Green, is our resident Richie James supporter, if I'm not mistaken. But I think that I was going to say that Justin Watson actually making the 53-man roster kind of depends on how Richie James does, in my opinion. I feel like he's a big factor in that because Richie James has been in the league, for 4 or 5 years now? Let me look real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 years. So, I mean, he's not exactly like, wet behind the ears. He can play. So, I don't know. I think that it'll depend. And Richie James offers you the special teams, which Justin Watson, it was nice to have him last year to come in and right the ship when Sky was having trouble catching punts, right? It's like, oh, we can put him out here. We know this dude's going to catch it.
So,
but I mean,
is Richie James now competing against John Ross? Is that like a can't matchup? All these guys that kind of do the same stuff.
I don't put a whole lot into John Ross. Let me get that straight. Don't get me mixed up with Justin Ross either. John Ross, I don't have a whole lot of confidence in. He's never really done anything in this league, and he stays hurt. He's had a lot of bad injuries. The best thing that John Ross has going for him is his speed. He was a 4.2 speed coming into the league. I don't know what he is at now. I would kind of doubt that he's still a 4.2 speed. Quit eating mints.
They clocked him yesterday.
You have an addiction.
He runs a 40, 3.5. 3.5 yard 40.
What? Did you just make that up?
No, 3.5 yards. I mean, I don't know. Do you remember where John Ross went to college?
What's in those mints, bro? What do you have in those mints?
Weed mints. Do you know where Julia approved? You remember where John Ross went to college? Steve, pop quiz. Don't cheat. Just try to remember.
Washington.
Yeah. Suck it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Don't try to get one by me.
Are you going to end the poll today? Don't you have a poll up? Like you've had it going for about 2 hours.
There ain't even a poll there no more. Oh, I can't end it. I forgot. I went over to, let me refresh this. The live stream over on the YouTube studio, like this, for some reason it says my chat's disconnected and I just never fixed it. Let me refresh that.
Gary says he's excited about Justin Ross. I think a lot of people are excited about Justin Ross. Dude, every time Justin Ross does anything, I'd guarantee you if a camera crew followed him throughout the day and he ate eggs and didn't drop them on his shirt, everybody'd be like, what the crap is this?
I mean, everybody's excited about Justin Ross because of the high ceiling. I mean, and he's been hyped up so much. It's just like, let's see what he can do then, I guess. So, I mean, everybody's excited about it. I just hope the kid can stay healthy. I mean, that's my main thing. Like, he's had a rough go at it so far, and he does have a lot of potential, so I'm just hoping the kid can stay healthy. I'm rooting for him.
This is a fun question. Jared, what's up, man? He says, who do you think will coach after Andy retires? Depends on when he retires. You know who I want to coach after Andy?
I want Mike Tomlin, if he's still in the game.
That's if he retires tomorrow. If he retires in...
I want the dude from Miami.
What if he retires in 15 years? What if we get Andy for 15 more years?
Okay. Let's just say Andy retires in like 3 years. Let's be realistic. He's getting up there in age. So let's say 3 years Andy hangs it up. I want Mike Tomlin. That would be my first go-to. If not Tomlin, I'm kind of liking McDaniel. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my God! You stay in house.
I hate that he's a Shanarat descendant, but I do like Mike McDaniel. If you stay in house, they could try to squeeze Matt Nagy back into a head coaching role. He didn't do that well in Chicago, but I think it was more the situation. I think it was just one of them things where it's like, man, they offered me. I'm an offensive coordinator. It's time to take that step. But I think in hindsight, if he wouldn't have been, a little over, I don't know. I think if he probably wouldn't take that job. It wasn't a good spot for him to have his first coaching job. It was a train wreck.
Jack Green with the gifted membership, Boats and Hose, was the recipient. So congrats, Boats and Hose. You remember.
Nice.
Jack, we appreciate you. Also, Jack Richard with a 5-bomb. He says, off topic.
Appreciate you, Jack.
Where's the best place to live in Kentucky?
I'll put it this way. Yes, I was getting ready to say that. Just remember this in Kentucky: Louisville trash, Lexington class. Just remember that. Lexington's a much nicer city.
It's so much nicer. I mean, you got to have a little more scratch to live there. Let's not be,
It is full of like rich horse owners and stuff like that. but I mean, because you got Keeneland there.
Boy, it's still better.
It is. It's nice. It's a lot nicer.
Louisville is just there's an East End that's really nice. But I tell you, they're all rich and they're snobby, and they tried to get our Topgolf. They wouldn't even let Topgolf come in because they were like, the lights are too bright. That's how rich and snobby they are on the
The
East
lights are
End.
beaming into my mansion. I don't want it.
From 17 miles away. That's what they're claiming. And then, but they finally got that built, and it's nice over there, but don't get me wrong. Louisville's a cesspool. They've not done anything to clean up crime, and you cannot even go downtown. It's a zombie apocalypse downtown. There's one street, 4th Street, that everybody's on, and that's only during the summer. And we had riots where they just burned everything down, too. Like, so good luck with that one. Louisville's crap. So other than that, there's places in Kentucky.
There's so much potential there in Louisville too, with like the waterfront, the Ohio River there. It's beautiful, and there's some cool spots in Louisville, but it's just they've got to clean it up. That's all there is to it.
I think Bowling Green's not too bad. Western
Bowling
Kentucky's
Green's
there.
cool.
You're an
Bowling
hour
Green's
from
kinda
Nashville.
So there's a town called Elizabethtown, which I live really close to, and I feel like it's kind of the equivalent of Bowling Green, only Bowling Green's bigger. It's got the college there. It's got Western Kentucky University. So yeah, anyway, enough about Kentucky. Let's talk about them Chiefs.
Yeah. Sorry, Jack. Your $4.99 question. Steve wasn't impressed.
We appreciate you, Jack. No, we appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Hey, I'm with this guy. Brando the Hobo. Nice to have you here. He says, make Justin Ross the new coach after Andy. Dude, as much as they've hyped him.
You would think he might be awesome at it.
If this guy catches a touchdown in the preseason, he's on the short list, Brando.
Right.
You can just about guarantee it. Here's what I want to see. I want to see Andy coach the rest of Patrick's career. I want to see us get about 10 more Super Bowls. Andy goes to the nursing home, and then Patrick becomes the head coach. How about that? That'd be hilarious. That'd be fun.
Can we look at? I don't know Reed's age off the top of my head. Let me go check. He's 65. So Reed is a year older than Pops, right?
So he's not coaching until he's 80.
No, I'd say, man, you might be able to squeeze 5 more years out for Reed. Maybe.
I don't know. You think he probably gets to the point, though, where if he wins one more, he may hang it up. He may hang it up after one more just because he's getting to that stage in life where he wants to spend time with his wife and, you know.
That's a possibility, but I also feel like Andy Reid is very engulfed in football. I feel like that is his life. I feel like maybe Andy Reid is one of those guys that will work until the day he can't do it no more. Until he physically cannot do it. I think he'll do it. So I'm thinking we might have another 5 years with Andy. Let's hope it's more than that. But let's go for that.
What's up, William? William says Owensboro,
What's up,
Steve. William, how you know about Owensboro? Are you from Kentucky?
Owensboro is a pretty town, and they have some decent barbecue down there.
Yeah, supposed to have some barbecue.
You don't hear about barbecue in Kentucky a lot, especially you guys that are around KC. Obviously, it's a different class, but there's some really good barbecue in Owensboro.
Shout out Jason Dunn's family. They got some barbecue over near Lexington. We're supposed to go over there and eat barbecue with them. Dude, I got to call him up and see about that. I really want to go eat some barbecue.
Let's do it. Why not?
We'll have to do that, man. We'll talk some football with Jason Dunn. That'll be fun.
Hey, I just want to say this real quick. 79 likes right now. We got 124. If you have not hit that like button yet, go hit the like button. Just take a second.
We're just trying to get that to 100. We're just trying to get it to 100. Yeah. Let's drop a hundo on it. Let's put a Franklin in it. Wait, is Ben Franklin still in the 100?
Ben Franklin.
I don't even know. What did Ben Franklin ever do in life? What a loser.
Mike.
What?
The mints.
I'm not eating a mint, bro.
You are too. Don't lie to me. Everyone hears
I just chewed it. It's done.
He has a mint addiction. He's like, have you guys ever seen Bad Santa where the kid eats sandwiches constantly and he's like, what is it with you and sandwiches? What is it with you and sandwiches, kid? What is it with you and mints, Mike?
Hey.
I'm going to make a mint emoji.
I like mints, but I don't like mints. I just like the cotton candy mints. I've never seen those before, and they taste just like cotton candy.
Nikki says, how about Mahomes as a player coach? Interesting idea there, but I don't think that... do you think those really could ever even work? Let's be honest here. I think the closest thing to a player coach you ever saw was probably like Peyton Manning or Tom Brady. But I'm talking Tom Brady, Tampa Bay, because obviously he wasn't getting above Big Dog over in New England.
Listen to this. I asked what did Ben Franklin ever do, and Kevin tells me, what's up, Kevin, that Ben Franklin invented bifocals. Did he really?
Hey, he says Brando the Hobo says Ben Franklin invented lightning.
Yeah, that's true.
He's not God.
No, he really did. Haven't you heard the story? He went out with
the key.
Yeah.
He didn't invent lightning.
Yeah, he put it up there and lightning flew off of it.
Y'all are killing me, Smalls.
What's up, Jay? Jay said his friends live in Richmond. You know what? I think Richmond is the home of EKU. So that's where
I think
also
so.
Jason Dunn went.
You know,
they've got a Buc-ee's over there.
uh,
How's that pronounced? Buc-ee's? Boosies? Butchies? Boochies?
it's definitely Buc-ee's.
I'm going to Buc-ee's. I want to go to Buc-ee's, man.
Uh-oh, Julia. She says, uncomfortable topic, but how many years has Travis got? Let's be realistic here with Travis. Like, I know everybody, you know, we want to act like that he's never going away because, I mean, losing a guy like that's just disgusting. But let's take a look here. Travis Kelce is 33 years old. I don't know when he turns 34. In October. He'll turn 34 in October. So far, Travis has got in, 11 years in the league, something like that?
He's been here forever, man.
He's been around a while. Let's see. He came in 2013. So he's been in the league for right at 10 years.
This is just going to be his 10th, right? I think he got at least 3 more years.
I think Kelce, I mean, honestly, the way Kelce plays, I think we got 3 more years of top Kelce. I think Kelce, you know, barring something catastrophic, I think Kelce could probably play for another 6-7 years and produce, like help the team.
You think Kelce can play for 7 more years?
No, not as a starter. Not like you know how like these guys get to the end, like Antonio Gates when he got to the end of his career, he played forever and a day, but he would come in, you know, in the red zone, do some things like that, but he wasn't like the go-to guy. I think Kelce might be able to hang around. It just depends on how long he wants to do it. I mean, Kelce has a lot of other stuff going on. I mean, they started their podcast around, you know, a little bit after we started ours, and of course, you know, they're 2 NFL stars, so that thing flew off the chain. So he's got that going for him. Kelce's a superstar, man. So, I mean, he has a lot of options. It just depends on him, honestly. But I think top prime Kelce, 3 years tops.
And then he's going to coach. That's who's coming after Andy.
Kip Carnes with the 5-bomb. He says, did you see the highlights of Mahomes playing in the softball game? Kip, I did see that. You know, he hit the inside the park homer, and everybody kept sharing that one. But what was more impressive to me was the behind-the-back throw where he threw out Eric Stonestreet. Like, he literally did a no-look behind-the-back throw and hit the first baseman perfectly in the chest. That was impressive. So, yeah. I mean, what can't this guy do? Lewis Cutler says he invented electricity, not lightning. He said you slap nuts.
Hey, look. Same
hey,
thing.
Thanks for the 5, Kip. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for the support. We got Rock in the house. Rock's in the house.
Uncomfortable. Who? Plain Rock.
What's going on, man? He says, what's up, everybody? So freaking excited to get my new jersey. And yes, so tired of hearing about D-Hop. Yeah, man. Hope you enjoy that jersey. It's a sweet one. Congratulations on winning that. It was cool. I know you were probably busy and weren't on the live stream when it happened, but we did like the Wheel of Death. I don't know if you went back and watched it. I hope you did. You have to go watch it. It was a tough one, man. It was close. Brenda almost got you.
Brenda was close. Oh,
back to what you were talking about. I'm sorry.
Okay, here's what I was talking about. You know, not Kelce. I got Kelce on the brain. You know what, Mahomes? He's out here. He's hitting homers. He does everything. He does it all with like this arrogance about him too. Like, he's just so good. He's one of those people that's just good at everything. Do you feel like a little deep down? Everybody kind of hates Mahomes a little bit. Like, they despise him. They're like, this little jerk comes out here and throws behind the back and knocks it over our heads while we're trying to play. Like Eric Stonestreet, the typical male form, just getting destroyed out there by the Greek god that is Patrick Mahomes.
Eric Stonestreet is in shape, baby. He's a well-oiled machine.
Eric Stonestreet. I like Eric Stonestreet. That would be the perfect guest for this show. I don't even know how to make that happen, but I'd love it.
We got to get Henry Winkler too, man. You know what's funny is I've actually met Henry Winkler and I talked to him for probably a good 20, 25 minutes. Dude is super down to earth and nice. He was freaking awesome. But man, if I would have just met him more recently, I could have invited him on the show and I bet he would have done it. That's how cool he is. Like, he was one of the coolest people I've ever met, like celebrity wise. Like, We've met quite a few people. We used to play music. We were in a band for 10 years, and we played some bigger tours and this and that. And we also got to do some like movie festivals and things like that. So we met a lot of celebrities, and I think Winkler might be one of the coolest ones I've met. Other than him, what's his name? Norman Reedus, the dude that plays Daryl in The Walking Dead, and then also Rocco from Boondock Saints. Those two were probably my other two favorite. But Winkler, he's a cool cat. That'd be awesome if we could get a hold of him.
Winkler. I don't know how to get a hold of the Fonz. Probably just got to get to that jukebox. Jay Chaney says D-Hop's probably going to Baltimore. Is that just a guess, or do you know something?
Nah, man,
Mr.
no,
Chaney?
I wouldn't be surprised. I feel like they're going all in this year.
How do they
It's
have
like
that much money? Where are
they
they
don't.
getting it?
I feel like I'm saying, I think they're going to go all in on these old cats and just try to get it. Like, I mean, D-Hop's still got a lot more in the tank than OBJ, in my opinion. Like, Beckham's had a lot more injuries. D-Hop was still putting up last year. When he come off of his suspension, D-Hop put up some numbers. If you go look at the highlights, he's still at a high level. So, I mean, I could see him going for it. But, yeah, after paying Lamar all that money and OBJ, it'd be interesting.
Hey, Brian Parrott says pretty sure the Fonz was based off his dad. Did he water ski over a shark or something? I hope your dad did that. That'd be great.
Water ski?
Yeah, he did something. Kenneth, what's up? Kenneth says next season Chiefs bringing Alex Smith, the mentor under Reed, for head coach. LOL.
Man, everybody kept saying he was going to be the quarterback coach, but I don't know if Alex Smith is even interested in it. He'd be a cool. I think he'd be a good coach. I think he helped Mahomes more than people want to give it credit for. There's a lot of people that think Mahomes, Mahomes was still going to do well because, I mean, he's just a freak of nature. But I think that he helped a lot, and I think that he could probably be a good coach. He's a smart guy. But I don't know if he's interested in it.
Yeah, I don't know if he is or not. But it's possible. It's possible. Plain Rock definitely went back and watched the members only stream. Wish I could have made it live. Was working late that night. Walking freezer down. Go Chiefs. Yeah, man.
Heck yeah, dude.
We're glad somebody.
It probably wasn't near as exciting.
Yeah.
When he knew he won, right? Like
right.
Watching the Wheel of Death probably isn't as cool when you know who the winner is.
Yeah, it was kind of fun though in the moment. Like it was like it's pretty dramatic. Oh man.
Hey, I got to hit this. Chief Kelsey says Travis Kelsey is also like 690 yards and 6 touchdowns away from all-time playoff record. That's a good point. So maybe, just maybe, he might stick around and knock that out.
Right. Hey, I just run across this. I'm gonna throw this up. Cap space was updated today. The Chiefs have
off the screen.
0.7 million in the cap, and we're supposed to be going to sign a D-Hop. Brandon Bean said Buffalo's out at 1.4, and we got half of it. So is it realistically going to happen? No. How in the hell does Baltimore have 11.5 still in the cap?
I don't know, honestly. I think it's because their team sucks. I mean, if you get past Lamar Jackson and OBJ, who else are they paying? Anybody? Heck, they didn't even give Patrick Queen his 5th-year option, did they?
No, I think he's out. The Patriots are in on him. They got 14. I just don't know.
Dude, there's no way. If he goes to the Patriots, he does not care about winning football.
No.
He doesn't. Who in the world, in their right mind, when they only have a limited years left in the league, would sign up
Mac Jones
for Mac Jones to throw you passes? Because I'd rather throw up every day of my life than catch passes from Mac Jones.
Dude, I would rather have to poop all day long for a week than have to catch passes from Mac Jones.
Just ridiculous. If he goes there, he cares nothing about winning. It's about the money. Well, we're going to see what D-Hop's actually all about when he signs. Because the only one that does make sense, though, I kind of agree with...
Juju. Juju did it.
Right, yeah, Juju. Man, but see, he's still young, and he's just trying to make some money, right? So it's kind of whatever. But, I mean, D-Hop's already made over $100 million, and this guy's, he's got a few years left. I don't remember who put the comment up. Sorry, I don't remember the name off the top of my head. But whoever said Baltimore, though, I think you have a point, because D-Hop could go there and make his money and make the case that, well, they could compete. They got Lamar back. We got OBJ with me. So maybe that might be the way he goes, so he doesn't look like a complete idiot. But I kind of am going to hold him in that same idiot category if he goes to Baltimore. I don't think you're serious about winning unless you pick. Honestly, if you seriously wanted a Super Bowl ring, the only one that makes logical sense on the entire list of people that were trying to get him is Kansas City. Because even Buffalo, I feel like you'd have just as good a chance in Baltimore as you do Buffalo.
I think you got just as good of a chance in Dallas as you do Buffalo.
Same, yeah. And Dallas, I mean, they have money. I would rather take passes from Dak. At least Dak's going to throw the ball. I mean, why do you want to go to Baltimore and watch for Lamar run the ball every play?
Would you rather play for Lamar or Wacker in Cleveland?
Lamar. Because I'm telling you, man, he's a sexual predator. Who wants to go play with him?
Yeah, that's true. Hey man, I want to throw this up. I was in Nashville last night. I was hanging out on Broadway. This picture. I had to take this picture.
Yeah, he sent me this.
So Chiefs have infiltrated. This is going to be the new All Chiefed Up bar right there on Broadway. No, I'm joking. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Eric Church, but I like the way he names it Chiefs, and in the background you can see the stadium.
Nissan Stadium.
Yeah. You see it. So Nissan cannot get away from the Chiefs. But they're going to tear that down, right? They're going to build a new indoor stadium there. So.
Oh yeah, they put up a I guess a prototype or a blueprint, if you will, of kind of what their layout of their new stadium. Dude, it is sick. Like Tennessee is getting hooked up. Like it's very, very nice. Don't be surprised, guys. I know you guys love Arrowhead.
Tennessee's growing, man.
Don't be surprised. I know you guys love Arrowhead, and it's the most significant. Like to me, it's like that in Lambeau, right? But the Chiefs, the way they've been so successful, man, they're bringing in a lot of revenue to Kansas City now. And they could be the next ones getting that big, flashy, nice, stadium, arena, whatever you want to call it.
What are they going to name it?
It'll be indoors. I think they have to take Arrowhead with it somehow, right? Obviously, you'll have somebody. GEHA is going to.
That's just the field, though.
Right. They've paid the money to have the field name, right? So they might still continue that. But I think even if they move, they're going to have to pay somewhat of homage to Arrowhead some way or another.
It's got to still be Arrowhead.
They could call it Arrowhead 2 or anything like that, and I'd be happy with it.
Arrowhead 2. They could call it
Arrowhead Part 2.
I just don't want them to do it. I just want them to stay in Arrowhead forever.
Right.
You can renovate it. I'll let you renovate it a little bit. I don't know.
Man, it's so classic, but at the same time, dude, normally when teams start, getting this much revenue, that's something that they would do. Because I mean, they could make more capacity, all that good stuff. But I don't want it. Nobody wants it. Arrowhead's Arrowhead.
Steve, I'm gonna get you a Slapnuts shirt if you bring that up again. Don't even put it in the atmosphere. Look, Scott says you're going down Mike rabbit hose now.
Yeah. Well, next thing you know, I'll be popping mints every 2 seconds.
If I got you with the Slapnuts. I'm going to tell you what, it's either that or I'm going to eat a sandwich. So, which one do you prefer? Probably a mint.
I have some leftover Mexican food that's calling my name right now. Like, as soon as we're done with this live stream, just going to let you all know that's what I'm doing. I'm going to go be fat.
You're going to steal your son's Mexican food.
He didn't eat it. So it's
fair game.
Fair game. See,
look, Nikki, we can renovate. She said they wish they put in
no,
escalators. I'm down with that.
Well, I mean, I think it's right to do. Like, I kind of feel bad because as much as they charge for tickets these days, like, it's crazy to even have enough money to take you and like your family to a game. And then like a lot of older people or people with disabilities and stuff, good Lord, man, like they almost have to, sell their house to get a ticket to somewhere that's accessible to them. So, I mean, I'm with her. I think they should do something like that.
Also, the nosebleeds in Arrowhead, like the upper decks, the 300s, my God, they're like straight up, dude. They're like this.
Right, like my fat ass gets out of breath going up that thing. Jeez.
Yeah, you're making it.
Yeah, it's rough. But dude, I will tell you this: like a lot of people, they look down on them upper deck seats and talk about being nosebleeds, but the first row in the 300 section, that might be one of my favorite seats in the house. I was gonna say I had one of my best experiences with my feet kicked up right there. It was awesome.
I want to get in one of those boxes. That's where I'm trying to
Dude,
get.
we still need to look into that. How does that work? How do the boxes work? How much are they? And how much of us can all chip in and be able to go? Like,
We
will
fit
they
the
allow?
entire chat
How many
in the
people do
box?
they allow? No, but how many people will they allow? Say we had 10 members or something that wanted to chip in on a box. Like, can we all go? Can we do that? Can we equally chip in? And how many can you have? If anybody knows how that works, because I'm too poor to know how that works. So if anybody does know, put it in the comments, because I think that would be a cool thing for us to do sometime, man. That'd be awesome.
Hey, Nikki says ticket prices don't bother as much as those parking prices. That's
Well,
true.
it's all lumped in together, right? It's like you got to take a lien out on your house to get a loan to go to a football game. It's insane. It's just crazy.
The Eagles should have won the Super Bowl, says Trentus George. Trentus.
Yeah, maybe, but they choked.
Yeah, but they're a bunch of choke artists. And since you're still crying about it, you can go take your baba and go to bed.
Tell you what, you go get you a nice new Eagles jersey, and on the back of it, get a custom print that says "Slap Nuts."
Yeah. Choke
That's
on
your
them
new
slap
name,
nuts.
Trent.
Hefe says box are $150 a seat, like 20-something people. Okay, so you got to fill the box. There's like 20 people, and everybody
That's
pays
not
$150.
bad at all. What the heck is this? Why are we not doing this? Hefe, are you kidding me right now? Because that's doable. We're doing that.
Do you mean like a box in Kansas City? Or you mean like a box that we're going to take to UPS and ship? Are you just trying to get us all to stand in a little box and pay you $150, Hefe? Is that what you're doing? Because I'm down.
No kidding, no, for real. That's something that I want to look for in the future. I think it'd be cool. I don't know. It'd be awesome. I don't know how much this channel will grow when the season starts and everything. I don't know how much further that we can make this thing roll to. But maybe one day, guys, it'd be awesome if we could
box seats every game and have a drawing to see who comes in. Every home
awesome.
game,
yeah.
and
If
rotate
that's something
them.
we could do, is like give away. You can come to the game in the box seats and hang out with us, and that'd be fun, dude. That'd be so amazing.
Lewis says a box is $3,000.
Well, what's 20 times 150? Maybe Hefe's right.
That's too much. Too much math to math about. I mean, that sounds about right, right? Here, let me bring it up. 20 times
Mike's
150.
going to do some math.
$3,000. Okay, he's right. That's not bad. You mean if we could just get 20 people here and we're all like, hey, do you guys want to chip in and have an all chiefed up box experience?
I'll tell you what we should do.
Who don't want to pay $150 for a box? You can't even get a ticket in the upper deck for $150 half the time.
Let's you know what would be kind of cool? I don't know if people would go for it though. Like if we did the members and maybe like on a members only live stream, if we could get like a donation thing up enough to buy a box and then spin the wheel of death for the people that get to go, that'd be fun.
That's what I'm saying.
That'd be so
sick,
fun,
dude. That would be so awesome.
But either that, or if there's only a certain amount of people that want to do it, if say there's only 18 other people that want to do it, we'll just whoever can pay can go. That's something we should definitely look into, though. Keep the eye out for that one, because I like that idea a lot.
That's a fun idea. It's a good idea. It really is. We can figure it out. I feel like something to do with the box, though. Yeah, I feel like there's a wait list. I'm with David here. He says there's probably a waiting list to get on there for like 20 years. I feel like it, too, because couldn't you just get 20 friends and just pay $150 a ticket? And I feel like they sell these boxes out for the season, maybe. Who knows?
I don't know.
Brando says to get Deshaun Watson as our next guest. I don't think Wacker would come on this show. He knows what questions he's getting asked.
I know how to get him on the show. Have you ever seen that show, To Catch a Predator?
Oh, yeah. Let's write him.
We could make him think that he's going to get a massage, and it will just be a room that has a camera ready to go on our live stream.
We'll be like, congrats, Deshaun. Like when he puts his head through that hole on the massage table, and then he just sees the
when he comes in the door,
he's like,
as soon as he walks in the door and everybody sees him on camera, someone pops out and says, "You slap nuts," and like smacks him in the face or something.
Slap nuts, man. I don't know.
Man, so I'm excited for this season to get rolling because I want football back. I know all of you guys want football back. It's the dead time of year. It's kind of depressing, really. I mean, it's depressing when everybody on Chiefs Twitter was talking about the NBA playoffs, like, because the NBA playoffs is like watching paint dry. So it's like, man, that's just where we're at right now. But I'm excited to see how this team plays out. I don't know about you guys, but I think the talent that we have on the team right now, it's going to be super fun to watch that shake out. How does Andy Reid and crew think this is the best way to go? I'm just excited to see how the wide receiver room shakes out. I'm excited to see how the O-line plays out. I'm excited to see how the defensive line plays out. The cornerback situation, we got so many possibilities, man. I'm just excited about it.
Me too. I can't wait to go. I'm excited about camp. We're definitely getting down to camp, so I'm excited for that. I'm excited to get some preseason action in. I'm excited to see some of these players. I'm excited to see some of the guys we signed in the offseason. Omenihu, Tranquil, Mike Edwards. I'm excited to see them. Jawan Taylor, not so excited to watch a right tackle play right tackle. Let's just be honest. I think he'll do fine. But Justin Ross, I'm excited to see if the hype's real. I'm just excited to see what's going to happen this year. I kind of think that Andy's even going to have some new offensive wrinkles this year. I think he's going to come out with something crazy.
Am I wrong to say that this is the most exciting offseason we've had in the Mahomes era? Because I feel like it is.
It's pretty crazy, man.
Especially if they were, like, everybody, we still don't even know they might go after D-Hop. I mean, it could get crazy fast. So, I mean, I don't know. Pretty interested to see how it goes. That 70 Schwinn Vintage Bike Channel, I always forget your name. Sorry about that, but I'm just going to start calling you 70s. He says, call it the Happy Ending Podcast, and he will be there. I like that.
Oh, yeah, he'll be there.
Welcome to the Happy Ending Podcast. Today, our guest will be Whacker Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun, welcome to the show. What's your favorite position to be massaged in?
That's enough. I can't say. We got to stop.
Stop. Just stop.
I was going to get us demonetized.
Quit. Dude, I'm on here looking up tickets for Chiefs for the boxes, bro.
Mike's out of control.
Club Gold Suites. Says there's 21 to 27 seats available, right at the 50. Not available till like the year 2080.
Nikki says she wants to sit in one of the clubs with all-inclusive food and drinks. So work on that.
A Club Gold Suite. We'll try something. Who knows? It only comes with 4 parking passes. How funny is that? 27 people can come in, but only 4 of you get parking passes.
And Mike, I ended that poll, by the way, finally. We had 138 votes, and 81% are tired of hearing about D-Hop. So, well, I mean, we're not alone.
Hey.
We're tired of talking about D-Hop, so it is what it is.
Well, let's go ahead and talk about D-Hop for a little bit. Do you guys think... No, let's not.
I mean, honestly, 124 people still here. We appreciate you guys for being here. If you're new to the channel, hit that sub button. Make sure to get in the chat. Don't be afraid to get in the chat. We got awesome people in the chat. So hit that sub button. If you guys don't care, go hit that like button if you have a second. Helps us out tremendously. And we appreciate you guys. We started this whole thing by talking about Clyde Edwards-Helaire. There was someone had brought up a proposal of maybe the New York Giants trading for Clyde because they could use him. I think it's a good idea. He would be with Kafka, who is familiar with Clyde. I don't know, man. I think it'd be a good spot for him. I think everybody's on board that they don't want Clyde here pretty much. But I think everybody's also, if they're realistic, they know that if he's here, he's going to get some playing time. And I don't know, man. We'll see how that plays out as well. Just another interesting thing in this offseason for the Chiefs. Like, what's going to happen with Clyde? What's going to happen with L'Jarius Sneed? What's going to happen with Willie Gay? Like, these are all guys that are on contract years that you don't know. Like, it's not like they're not locked in like people might think.
You know what I think? I think Clyde's going to have a good season this year. I think he knows that he's probably on his way out of Kansas City. He knows that the Chiefs are going to give him.
He's got to make that money from somebody.
Right. So he's already trying to impress people. He's showing up early. He's staying late. He's got his body in good shape. They said just at OTAs last week, he was on the field, super positive, coaching up the young guys, just with a good attitude. He's not acting like he's a guy that's like moping around and just, woe is me. So I think he's going to do I think he's gonna have a good season because I just think if he's on this roster, Andy and them are going to use him.
Well, that, and I mean, we've said it a million times. He's on a contract year. He's got to put up. I mean, this is Clyde's time to make some money from football, right? I mean, this is the prime time. He's coming off of his rookie contract. This is where you get a good contract. Like, so he's got to get out there and show out, or Clyde's not going to be in a good position going forward with his career.
Right. Doug says over under Patrick 48 TDs this season. Over under Patrick 5,200 yards. I'm going to take the over on both.
Over. I think so, man. I know y'all don't want to hear about D-Hop.
He may not do 48
if he were to
TDs,
be on the team,
unless that counts rushing
easily. Yeah. No, 48 TDs is doable. I think he can break the 50 mark again, counting his rushing.
So we'll go, I'm going to say 5,400 yards and 51 TDs. That would be a sick season.
What did you just say? I'm sorry.
5,400 and 51 TDs.
Dude, Lewis says 55 TDs and 5,800 yards. Dude, I don't know if 5,800 yards in the air, or is that like all purpose?
It's got to be all purpose, right?
In the air, I don't know if it can happen. I mean, if anybody can do it, it's Patrick Mahomes. Let's just put it that way. If it's possible, Mahomes can do it. Got a better chance than everybody else. That's for damn sure. What you doing there, Michael?
I'm reading some comments here, trying to get caught up. Yeah, everybody is tired of D-Hop, but okay, look, two things. There's nothing to talk about, so D-Hop kind of is the guy that talk about. I mean, go look at any creator.
Well,
it's D-Hop, D-Hop,
two
D-Hop.
things. Let me tell you this. There's two things right now for content creators that you can talk about and get a little bit of help from the YouTube algorithm, because it's what Kansas City Chiefs fans are clicking on. Just dead up. That's what's happening. Is you have to talk about D-Hop. You have to talk about Justin Ross. One of those two. And you can have a successful video. Right now, if you put out something that's like interesting to us, like, man, how's the cornerback room going to play out? What do you like there? Let's make a video about that.
Yeah, nobody clicks.
No one's going to click it. It's getting squashed. I mean, it just is what it is. I mean, at the same time, we don't really care, but at the same time, it's like it's a business as well. So sometimes we got to talk about what we don't want to talk about.
That includes. Oh, well, I just want to know if D-Hop, like, what if he turns around and really signs here? Like, is everybody so bad about D-Hop they're not even going to want to talk about him anymore?
No, they're going to want to talk about him then, baby. After he does sign with the Chiefs, they're going to go off.
Yeah. So to answer your question,
here's my thing.
Chiefs Kelsey, it's probably going to drop Monday, unless something happens. I mean, who knows?
Well, my thing is, if D-Hop does get signed to the Chiefs, are all these people that are demanding they hate D-Hop and do not want him and we don't need him and he's old and he's a locker room cancer, blah, 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 blah. You can't tell me they're not going to be a little bit excited that we just landed a freaking top-tier wide receiver. There's just no way. How can you look at D-Hop with Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid and not get excited? If you don't, you might be dead as far as football goes. Because, I mean, that's just be nasty.
What's up, Christian?
Especially with Kelsey, too.
Yeah, for sure. Chris says, what's the trade rumor? He's late. Sorry. The trade rumor was, it was Mo Moton from Bleacher Report. He threw out that the Giants could be interested in trading for Clyde as basically just a handcuff in case they can't work out a deal with Saquon Barkley or the money's not right or he holds out, whatever it is. And he says because offensive coordinator Mike Kafka was with the Chiefs, he knows Clyde well, Clyde knows the system, and he could probably produce. Don't think it's a bad idea. I don't think the Chiefs would accept anything worse than a fifth-round pick. That's where I'm sitting. I don't know if the Giants would give up anything better than a fifth-round pick. So you're looking at about a fifth-round pick.
Do you think the Chiefs would consider anything at this point? Like
it's kind of what I'm thinking.
Here's the thing. What's more valuable to Kansas City? Clyde staying healthy and producing all year in his contract year to try to get that good contract from somebody? Is that production more valuable to you than like a 6th round or 7th round pick?
Right. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Also, if Pacheco has to miss some time or Deneric Prince don't really progress the way we think he's going to progress.
Yep.
Right. So they may just keep him. They may do it. What's up, Shane? He says, Mike and
Shane
Steve, what up,
Mouse.
everybody? Hope all is well. We need to talk some defense. I thought you was going to write D-Hop, but then you wrote defense. Who do you hope lines up next to Jones on the inside? I personally have high hopes for Coburn. Coburn will play a lot of running downs. I really do. I think he's got pass rush ability, but he's going to be a lot of early down run situations, third and short kind of situations. They've talked about Minihue kicking him inside on third or on, with Jones. We do that a lot. But if Turk Wharton's back, I think he's probably a starter, right?
Yeah,
Turk Wharton
for sure.
And Jones.
Man, when Turk's healthy, he's pretty daggone good, and he produces. So we haven't seen him healthy in a little while, though. So I think people forget about him. But I'm excited about Coburn for sure. I think it's an awesome pick.
Same. Midnight, what's up? He says, finally made it live. I've been watching for a while. Nice to hear from actual fans like y'all and Co instead of a bunch of media people. Keep up the good work. Yeah, we kind of we find what the media talks about, and we give our opinion on it. Not always popular. And a lot of people, they're like, why do y'all keep talking about Chiefs Wire and Arrowhead Addict? I don't know, because they're the biggest Chiefs,
Arrowhead Pride.
Yeah. These guys break all the news. So
we're not throwing shade at them, but when they we don't dislike anybody.
Comment. We're commenting
Chiefs
on it.
Kingdom.
We talk about it. That's the whole show. We're a podcast.
Right.
We talk about it. And we give our thoughts. They may not be popular. We give our ideas. And we put it up for debate with all of our nice community here. And you guys let us know what you like and what you don't. Tonight, everybody's hating D-Hop. And so that's fine.
And Clyde.
Yeah, everybody hates Clyde and D-Hop here.
Brian Parrott says, can we just give CEH to D-Hop?
That sums it up. So if you missed it, there it is. Where do you want him to go, Brian? Let's give.
Well, I don't. Do you think D-Hop wants a little miniature man with him at all times, like a mini me?
What if he just carries Clyde on his back?
Yeah.
Like a backpack.
That'd be great. Clyde could grow his hair out and kind of look like D-Hop a little bit. That'd be cool.
Doug says, asked HBTC this question. Cole, is this the best linebacker course since Patrick started in the league or even in the last 10 years? It's good. It's a pretty good linebacker course.
I like it. Well, I think it's yet to be seen, right? I think that the potential for them to be the best one is 100% there. It's the most exciting. I mean, especially adding Tranquil in. Willie Gay, he's only getting better. If he can stay healthy on the field, Nick Bolton is still getting better. Leo Chenal, I think, is going to have a really good year. I think you started seeing a lot of progress with him after the halfway mark of his rookie season. He ended up starting by the end of the year. I'm excited about it, man. I think that they have all the potential in the world to be the best one in the last 10 years. It remains to be seen, but I have high hopes for it, Doug.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a good group. You got guys like Cam Jones.
Why
Cam
did it sound like you just unsheathed the sword? What was that?
Something on my computer picked it up my microphone. That's what happens when you're clicking on different things to try to get info.
Now attacking me.
Right. So, yeah, it's a good group. Cam Jones, again, Isaiah Moore, both two guys that are dark horses to make the roster. You got Buddy Johnson, I believe is his name. Pittsburgh drafted him. He looked good.
Harris still around? Did we ever find out if Harris is still around? What's his name, Darius?
No. Yeah. But, yeah, it's a good group. I think it's probably one of the best, if not the best. Dwayne Lee says, which rookie do you guys think will have the biggest impact this season? I want to say Keandre Coburn. If he can knock Derek Nottie, if Derek Nottie does not make the roster because Coburn knocks him out of a spot, I think Coburn has a big chance. Chamari Connor could actually play a pretty big role, believe it or not, special teams-wise. Taking them out, I think Felix.
Well, here's my thing.
Felix will be somewhere around like that 3 to 7 sack mark. So I don't know. And Rasheed, we've all been baiting.
Felix will be kind of like George Karlaftis was last year, where he quietly has a really solid rookie season, I think, but it won't be anything crazy. And then Rashee Rice, you just don't really know because Andy doesn't like to use rookie wide receivers that much. So we'll see how much he actually gets to play. I'm with you, Mike. I think Wanye, I don't think he's going to get in there a whole lot, barring injuries. Right. So I think Yeah, I think you're right. I think Jamari Connor has a very good opportunity in front of him because they're literally like throwing this out there to him and being like, hey, can you replace L'Jarius Sneed for us? Because if you can, it's yours. That's basically what they're saying to this guy. So he has a great opportunity ahead of him. So he has a big chance to come out and produce. And then I'm with you. I think Colburn as well.
Yep. I definitely think that's the way it goes. The obligatory George Karlaftis is a sexy beast, says Brian Parrott. I like it. Hefe's saying Rice is going to have 800 yards and 10 TDs. That's bold. It's bold.
Yeah, I just don't know if he gets enough love from Reed in his rookie year. We'll have to see.
Wait, there was one I wanted to click, and then everything got, like, my whole chat went crazy. Let me find it again. Somebody asked, I don't know and I cannot find it, but I remember the question. They asked, oh, here it is. Gary Holland. What's up, Gary? He says, Mike and Steve, I heard Saints may be interested in Clyde. I've not heard that one yet, but it wouldn't surprise me. That's kind of like he went to LSU. So he's probably got some people in the area that like him a lot.
Well, I mean, it's a possibility too because I think, all the Alvin Kamara stuff's coming to a head, right? Like all the legal troubles. So there's no telling what's getting ready to happen there. Let me look at their depth chart real quick. I want to see what they got going on at running back real quick. They have Alvin Kamara. I forgot. They went and got Jamal Williams. That was a good signing by them. I like him. Then they have Kendre Miller and Dwayne Washington. So, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
they drafted.
That could be
they drafted Kendre Miller from TCU, didn't they? Just this year. I don't know, man. He kind of does the same thing Clyde does, to be honest. Who knows?
I don't know. But, I mean, they do need some depth there, I would say, just in case Alvin Kamara does get in some trouble, miss some time.
Right. Doug says,
"Hey, in hindsight, while we're talking about Kamara or however you say it, do you guys wish that we would have went with him as opposed to Kareem Hunt in hindsight?"
Probably, right? Because if you're in Kansas City, you may not end up in the same trouble. So Kareem Hunt was
an absolute beast in our offense, but looking at how Sean Payton used Alvin Kamara, like, good grief, Andy Reid could have had a field day. So I don't know. That's a tough one. I just wanted to see what people thought.
Dude, you know how good Kareem Hunt would have been, though, long term, if he just would have.
I know. It makes me sick that it sucks, man. If he would have just owned up to his mistakes and, had some responsibility there. But he was a young kid, and it is what it is.
Doug asks, in your opinion, which players are dark horses on offense and defense?
I like it.
I'm going to go with 2 UDFA dark horses. I think Nico Remigio, if you could somehow get to 7, he could slide into a 7th spot out of nowhere. And I'm going to say Cam Jones on the defense, slide into a linebacker spot. That would be my 2 crazy UDFAs. For the actual roster, I think MVS is going to have a better year this year. I think everybody's kind of overlooking MVS. I think he's going to have a better year. I think if that would signify as a dark horse season.
He has potential to pop this year.
Right,
like
that's
MVS
what I think.
could come out and establish himself as a good receiver in the league this year. He has that opportunity.
Right. And then on the defense, I'm going to say Mike Dana. I think he can get the double-digit sacks this year. If he can stay a little healthy and get it going. But, yeah, I think those are my 2, solidified.
I don't know if you would consider him a dark horse, but on defense, I think Leo Chanel is going to take a huge step up. I think you're going to see more him playing more freely, him playing more downhill, more like Leo played in college. I think he's going to, it was a learning curve. If you talk to anybody that gets drafted to the NFL, they talk about the giant learning curve that's there, and I think it hit Leo. And I think you're going to see him take a major step up this year. Offensive side of the ball, everybody knows who my dark horse is. I think Jerry Neely could make the team and it could produce in a couple different ways.
Brian Parrott says, who gets more sacks this year, George Karlaftis or Kayvon Thibodeau? That's a good question. It's a great question.
What did Thibodeau end up with last year? That's what I want to look.
Yeah, he was on the Giants. I don't know how many he got. Karlaftis had how many last year?
Karlaftis had more. Karlaftis had 7.
I was going to say.
4.
So
I'm going to stick with old George. Georgie.
I think Georgie Karlaftis might get more than Thibodeau. You know what? I just like George Karlaftis as a human. He's a really chill
he's
dude.
awesome. He's a cool
Great
person.
kid. Yeah, it's going to be again, Brett Veach and them they've got to a point. I know that we take shots on people. We took a shot on Tyreek Hill, with all of his past. We've taken shots on guys. We even had Kareem Hunt, but you've seen them. They got Kareem Hunt out of town. I just feel like they just go after those kids that want to, like, be better and do better. And so just excited to see how they work out. But, yeah, I like George Karlaftis. He's the man.
Absolutely. Somebody else, back to what Doug said, I think another guy that could really pop this year on the defense is Brian Cook. I think he's going to get a good opportunity to slide into that starting role. And,
he's gonna
safety.
Is he going to cook? Brian Cook's going to cook.
Brian's going to cook, baby. Get ready for it. Man, I'll tell you what I like about it. I think I like the idea that these guys have a year under their belt. They're more experienced. And the reason why I'm saying that's obvious. But I think they're going to be more comfortable on the football field now. They won't look as timid. And people like Leo and people like Brian Cook, those guys will knock the living hell out of you. Like, they are hitters, heavy hitters. And I think we're going to get to see a little bit more of that this year. It's going to be fun.
Yep, I agree. Oh, man. Yeah, if you guys are here still, we appreciate you. This is Saturday Night Tailgate. Appreciate having you guys. There's still 117 in here. We've been over the century mark all night. Go back if you haven't already. Hit that like button for us. Sub if you haven't. If you want to hear podcast style Chiefs talking back and forth between me and this character over here, we talk about Chiefs all the time. We try to put out as much content as we can. There's at least going to be 3-4 hours of content per week. But yeah, go ahead, hit that sub button, be part of the this little community we're building here. Great people. Be sure to talk to people over in the side.
Absolutely. Lenny Dawson made it in, baby. Good to see you, Lenny. He says his CPU blew up and he got this Chromebook now. Man, Chromebooks are strange little things, so hopefully it works out for you, Lenny. But good to see you, man. Glad
awesome.
that you're doing well. Hefe says that McDuffie should be healthy this year. Yeah, McDuffie is another guy that we tend to overlook him because it's almost like a given, right? McDuffie is going to be a top cornerback in this league.
Right.
That's just all there is to it. I mean, so when we're talking about, these rookies are making a big step this year, we don't say Trent McDuffie, but it's not because we know it's going to happen, right? It's like a given. Dude,
Trent McDuffie is awesome. That's all there is to it. Trent McDuffie is awesome. No doubt he's not going to be a top 10 corner here in the next year to 2 years. Hands down.
Right. Got Barry with the 5 bomb. He says, Lenny's back. Looks like somebody else is happy to see you, Lenny.
Appreciate you, Barry.
It's not just us.
Right. Barry's super pumped. Lenny's back, $4.99. We appreciate you. Larry, you triggered or Lenny triggered I mixed them, Lenny and Barry, and made them Larry. The bromance. But yeah, Lenny, you triggered a $5 donation just from your appearance. And for that, we appreciate you. Man. Yeah, appreciate it, Barry. Well, speaking of bromance, I haven't seen the legend himself tonight and Chris Wright. So Lenny, your buddy. Yeah. He's not here. He may still be doing some graduation stuff. Chris is a busy man. He's the legend though. Hope he's doing good, whatever he's doing. Man, yeah, McDuffie's a stud. He's a beast. We need a good nickname for McDuffie. I think I put a poll about that a long time ago. I had one last year. I come up with one last year, and I thought it was pretty good. I think what people like, the one that I liked, I liked the sheriff. A lot of people want to call him the warden, but either way, lockdown, I'll dig it. For real, man. I had something last year. I remember what it was. It was something to do with like, I don't remember. I just don't remember. Jack with the $2, and he says Lenny's back. Lenny's back. Happy to see Lenny. Lenny, they love you more than they love us. I know. Lenny, you get more props. Lenny comes in with a 10 bomb, and he says, I'm twice the man as Barry. That's freaking awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, those of you that don't know, him and Chris, they have a good joke going. That's awesome, Lenny. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Chiefer throws this up. The Discord invite. So if you guys are on Discord, haven't ever checked out Discord, we recommend it. You can go over there and talk.
It's the very infant stages of our Discord. So, I mean, it's still trying to get off the ground. There's probably 20 people maybe using it right now. Not that many. But yeah, if you guys want to get over there and use that, it's actually pretty useful. You guys can talk to each other all day, every day. You can talk to us all day, every day. We get notifications for that. And most of it's laid out for members only, but there is one section for people that are not members. So whether you're a member or not, make sure to check out that Discord. And also it's useful for knowing when we put out content, because YouTube drops the ball on giving you guys notifications when we come out with content sometimes. But Discord, if you let the notifications on, it'll tell you every time we release something. So
right. Dwayne says, have you guys heard anything about Frank Clark signing with the 49ers? I know that was rumored. There was a sports writer come out and named the 49ers as somebody that was a potential landing spot for Frank. It's possible. They like to take our old pass rushers. Then they end up with D Ford. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Frank Clark, man, he might just be back with the Chiefs. We'll have to see how that plays out.
Yep. Doug says, any word on Tershawn Wharton after the injury? I think Turk's progressing fine. I think he's okay. I think he was actually on the field the other day. I don't know if he was actually participating in drills or anything, but I think he's progressing the way he should. So we should see him this year. Lenny with another 4 and says, I'm twice the man as Jack as well. That's Lenny. Funny. That's funny.
We love it. Love the comedy. We appreciate the donations, though, guys. We appreciate it a lot. It helps us to keep this thing going. So, man, one of these days, it's going to be our full-time gig, and we're going to put out the best content we can for you guys on a daily basis, and it's going to be fun. So, We appreciate all the support.
Yeah, we're all grinding through the off-season right now. The fact that there's been 100 people in here all night long, that's pretty awesome. That tells me 2 things. We're growing this thing. It actually is growing, and all the time spent talking with chat and everybody talking amongst each other and just spreading the word, it's working. And then number 2, we're hungry for Chief football, man. I think the offseason is really getting to people. Like, I get it. The summer's for going and hanging out with the family, going to the park, going to the river, going to the lake. Dude, I'm just ready for Chiefs football. Can we just get to the preseason already? Come on.
No kidding, dude. I don't know. Like I said earlier, I'm just excited about how this offseason is going to play out. I'm excited to get to camp this year. If any of you guys are going to maybe be anywhere near Kansas City or be at camp or anything, we'll find out what day or days we might be there, and we'll let you know. That way we can all meet up somewhere and grab some barbecue or something.
That'd we try to get down there midweek, stay for a few nights, and then hit up the game, and then we drive home after the game usually. I think last year we were there. Was the game on a Saturday?
We went to the end of.
I think it was. It was the Washington
end of camp
game.
And the preseason game with Washington. Yep, you're correct.
Yep, that's probably what we'll do this year. I actually looked at the preseason games. We actually played 2 out of the 3 outside of Kansas City, so there's only one option. So I mean, that's pretty much going to dictate about the time we're there if we go. So we'll have to figure it out. But yes, sir. Stephen James
he says.
My bad.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh, I was going to say Stephen James in the house. He says. Best show in the kingdom. Sign me up. And then Lenny says, the time slot is perfect. Prime time in my book.
I was just going to bring that up because I think you napped through one of them, Lenny. He said it's prime time for nap time. I'm just messing with you. Yeah, I think it was a couple weeks ago. But Steve-O, appreciate the kind words. Lenny, we're glad that you're back, man.
Yes. It's good to see Lenny back. We didn't know where you were, Lenny. We were like, man, did we piss off Lenny? We thought we thought all the D-Hop coverage got him.
Doug says 10,000 subs just around the corner. I think so too, man. We're going to hit that 9,000 here shortly, and that's good. Man, when we started this whole thing just a little over a year ago, we weren't really even expecting to do YouTube or even thought about it. We were going to do a podcast, which does exist. So you guys get most of that content, probably all of it here on YouTube. But if you're one of those people that would, pop in the earbuds while you're at work or something, just listen to podcasts or on your drive, we're on all major platforms. Just type in All Chiefed Up and you can listen to our podcasts. But yeah, we weren't really, YouTube was kind of an afterthought. Like, oh yeah, well, let's just record this stuff and get on YouTube. So the fact that it's grown to almost 9,000 subs in just a little over a year, it's a lot more than we expected.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
We love hanging out with you guys and talking to you guys. That's probably the funnest time of the week when we get on lives and just talk with everybody.
I agree. Jack Green with another gifted membership and instant karma. It goes to Lenny Dawson. Lenny Dawson gifted membership. Lenny was a member. It must have just expired on him because I know Lenny was a member.
That's freaking awesome, though.
But
Isn't
that's
that
awesome.
Funny how that works out?
Instant karma. Lenny comes in, causes a ruckus, and then Jack gives him a membership, and that's awesome.
Brando says, you guys live streaming the Browns preseason game. Could really use your input on that one. If we do live stream any games ever, it would be preseason.
It would be a preseason, yep.
Because we've said this before, so if you guys are new to the channel or you didn't hear us last time, we'll probably never stream games. Like, we are fans first. That's kind of just what we do. We go chill with our pops and we watch the game, man. And we might tweet here and there during the game, or we might even get on the community tab and write some things on YouTube. We probably will not be live streaming games. We'll react. We'll go live after.
Well, here's what I'm going to say. The Browns game preseason is August 26th. That's the only preseason game at Arrowhead. So we will probably be at that game. So probably no live streaming on it, to be honest. But we may go from the parking lot afterwards.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Chiefer says we need 30 subs to hit that 9K. That's pretty cool. And then Brian Parrott says hit that sub button. So, yeah, go do that if you haven't yet. If you're new here, hit that sub button. Hang out with us. Talk in the chat. We got cool peoples. So.
Right. Jay says he's been watching since the 3,500 mark. That's a long time ago, Jay.
Heck yeah, it was. It started off a little faster. Well, it was kind of slow, but it started off faster than we thought, and then it just kind of took off after we hit that 1,000. It's been pretty cool. If y'all see me doing something crazy with my hands, I've been having a war with a gnat for the last 20 minutes. Still haven't caught him.
What's this guy doing?
He's winning right now. He's winning right now.
Guy's fighting the gnat.
Lenny says, if you guys discussed the O-line at all, I think it made me or maybe better. Yeah, we talked about it just a little bit. I do think the O-line it potentially is better than last year. It's potentially an upgrade because here's the thing. It kind of depends on how Donovan Smith comes back from his injury-riddled season last year. If he can bounce back to what he was previous to that on the left side, we definitely have an upgrade at the right side with Jawan Taylor over Andrew Wiley. So I agree, and I think we got some good depth. We got Darren Kennard, Wanye Morris. Those guys can both play guard and tackle. Allegretti's still on the team. I don't know, man. I think it's got potential to be better than last year for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I think they're all good. I think Lucas Niang's probably on the bubble. We had talked about that too. We think he might be on the bubble.
Right.
Then again, Andy and them seem to be sticking with him, so they love him more than we do. Let's put it that way.
Shane, you're out. Have a good night, man.
Yeah, later, Shane.
Thanks for being here.
Yep, appreciate you. He says, what's the weakest part of the team? Weakest position on the whole team. I'm going to say.
It's a tough one.
Jeez Louise, I think that stumps me.
We have to look at it as what could use an upgrade, I guess. I think cornerback's very strong even though they're young. Linebackers, we were just talking about that with Doug, one of the best in years. I think D-line, and that's not throwing shade at the D-line because I like what we got going on. But, I mean, offensive line solid, tight end room solid.
I will say this.
Solid.
Offensive line, you can maybe make a case that Donovan Smith's not the best left tackle in the world. Or some injury history.
Right. Well, like I said, it depends on how he bounces back from last season. Because before that, he was decently solid. Last year, he struggled, but he had injuries. I don't know, man. I think I would go with D-line as weakest, but that's not by no means do I think they're weak. I think that could be the spot where I could see an upgrade. I think they're going to go get that old reliable, the Terrell Suggs, the Melvin Ingram, the Carlos Dunlap. I think they might still sign that. It could be, Frank Clark. It could be Justin Houston. It could be a lot of different people. Those are just names to throw out there. But, I mean, somebody, I can see them signing a vet.
Well, I say special teams, that's the weak point of the team. Let's just put it that way. Red Kingdom just got here. What's the trade rumor? Red Kingdom, thanks for joining us. The trade rumor was Clyde possibly being looked at by the Giants to be a handcuff for Saquon Barkley in case the contract extension cannot be reached. We think it'll be somewhere around a 5th-round pick. That's basically it. A lot of people here didn't like Clyde. They liked McKinnon better, and they don't like D-Hop. You're caught up on the whole night. Lenny Dawson with 20 bombs says, for my free membership. Lenny, we appreciate
you, Lenny.
it.
Hey, look at that. This is Lenny, giving back. When something good happens to you, you return it back into the world. You put that good karma back out there. Lenny's a good example.
Yep. He's been going. Lenny. Has anybody heard from Chris tonight? I'm afraid
Holy crap.
Chris might be
check this out.
Missing.
Chiefs fan. I feel like we know who you are, and I always forget the name because you changed it. Is this oh, come on.
Matt.
Yeah.
Vanway.
What's Vanway? Is it Vanway? Is that right? Is it Matt Vanway? He said he's been watching since the 169th subscription.
I think he would. Honestly, I feel like he has.
That is a freaking true OG right there. That's awesome, dude. We appreciate you, man. You guys have stuck with us for the long haul. I mean, that's invaluable. You guys are amazing. You're why we keep doing this.
Yep. Kip says, do you ever listen to the radio of Mitch Holtis? That's what we grew up doing, to be honest.
Not these days, we don't. But, yeah, back when, because we're in Kentucky, so we didn't get the games, before Sunday Ticket and all that came out. We didn't get to see many Chiefs games. It just depends. Depended on, like, whatever the national game was, like a Monday night game or something. But if it wasn't that, we only got the locals. We got to watch the Colts play. We got to watch the Titans play. We got to watch the Bengals, like that kind of stuff. So yeah, when the internet first came out, I do remember Pops, had the computer going and he would listen to the games with Mitch Holtis. And I remember several times just walking by and Mike would be like laid out in the floor, just with his eyes closed, listening to the Chiefs game. So yeah, the good old days.
Yep. Let me see here. Dwayne
take
Lee
it easy,
says,
Jay.
Yep, take it easy. What's your guys' opinion on bringing back Justin Houston? We had an entire video about this, only just like, what was it, Monday? So go back, try to find that video. It's not too long. It's about 30, 40 minutes. It's podcast style, obviously, if you got a little bit of time. You can listen to it. Basically, we just said that, Justin Houston, a lot of people don't even know he's still in the league, and the fact that he had like 12 sacks last year is pretty crazy. He actually outperformed Frank Clark, to be honest, which is wild. But I wouldn't be opposed to bringing him back to let him chase a ring. A lot of people think that it was a big deal with him and they've all burned bridges. It's possible, but...
What's up, Steve-O? Glad you made it in. Better late than never.
Yep.
That's what we always say.
I'm with Brando. Let's bring back Justin Houston and make him return punts and kicks.
Can you imagine? Be hilarious. Lenny says Chiefs special teams wasn't all that last season. You're correct. They struggled quite a bit. I mean, there was a time where I thought, like, man, Dave Tobe has got to be irritating Andy Reid at this point. Like, because he was just so stubborn with, like, Sky Moore. And then Butker was dealing with that ankle injury and was changing the way he kicked, and it was a hit or miss with him for a little while. And, yeah, it was a real crap show there for a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Kenneth says fullback is the weakest.
That's because they're going to the H-back.
Right.
Some people didn't realize that you called it that. I didn't know that was a thing, but there's a lot of, so Andy Reid was talking about how they would use the fullbacks to fill in that position and everything like that. Like, there's actually a name for it, guys, an H-back. A lot of people didn't know that, so they were just kind of like going the long way about explaining things, but just so you know.
We're with Jack. This is what we do, Jack. We watch the games and we yell and scream. That's what we do.
Absolutely.
Hey,
Lenny, I just saw this. Let me bring this up. This has been, he says that, no, well, hold on. I clicked the wrong one. Where'd it go? Here it is. Justin Houston was a cancer on the team before he left. You're not the first person to say that. And if somebody can educate me on that, because I honestly don't remember him being, or that being a thing. I just remember that he signed that huge contract and then he got hurt. So he didn't produce as much because he had an injury. And then they wanted to restructure, and he wasn't about restructuring, and then they let him go, which most recently happened with someone like Tyreek Hill. He didn't want to restructure his contract, and they had to trade him and get rid of him. So I don't remember there being a bunch of drama, but I'm by no means do I know what happened or think I know. So if y'all can educate me on that, it would be awesome. Because I've seen that a few times.
Yep. If there's no bridges burned, I would love to see Justin Houston back. Just because I feel like he could get the ring, and it would just be fun to see it. And let's be honest, I think we'd see Justin Houston. Justin Houston would be back in Chiefs uniform before Kareem Hunt. That's probably the way that goes.
I think so. Doug says that some people didn't know that we were the Dallas Texans at one time. There's a lot of people that don't. But you have to think, guys, and by no means am I throwing shade at new fans. But, I mean, there's a lot of new fans. Like what a lot of people are calling bandwagoners because the Chiefs are more successful now. They've won a lot. Patrick Mahomes is the face of the NFL. I mean, so we got a lot of new guys in here, which is cool. Welcome. If you guys just became Chiefs fans, that's awesome. Welcome to Chiefs Kingdom. But yeah, a lot of people didn't know that they were actually the Dallas Texans. So, good point there, Doug.
So many teams from Texas, by the way. I was talking to a guy the other day. He was a Tennessee Titans fan. Didn't even know they were the Houston Oilers first. It's just these younger groups, man. These younger groups.
Right. Chiefs fan says, I think that's totally cool that you guys don't feel it's appropriate that you guys stream the games. I feel HBTC just does it for the money. Well, I mean, that's what he wants to do, man. That's cool. It's a good business decision. But yeah, no, Cole likes to call the games. So, I mean, that's his thing. He likes to do it. So, we, on the other hand, I think I'd rather be just chilling and watching it. But it is what it is. But yeah, that's why we don't do it.
Let's be honest. If we call the game live, Steve, we're getting demonetized. And, dude.
Yeah, that's another thing. Cole can he can PG it up a lot better than we can because we would be like the X-rated Mitch Holtis or something. We'd be screaming. There's no telling what you hear. Mike would be dropping the F-bomb.
We'll say Patrick.
Mike would drop some Fs out there. That's what Mike would do.
Patrick Mahomes back. Oh, it's picked off in the end zone. Effing picked.
Beep, 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 beep.
I can't believe this piece of beep, beep. I don't know. It would be crazy.
Then he said Justin Houston was mad because he said they signed the white players first before the black players. So I don't remember any kind of drama like that. So I'll have to look into it, but I don't remember any of that.
Who would have been the white player we signed?
That's weird too, because why would they sign anybody over Justin Houston? They paid him $101 million.
Right. It was a contract negotiation, right? They wanted so I don't get it. He was already signed. I don't remember the drama, man. Obviously. He had Matt Castle PTSD, I guess. Didn't we
What's
all?
This one say? Chief Kelsey says, my understanding on Jay Houston was got along great with the players, a leader, and coaches not so much. So apparently there was something there, or maybe it was just a rumor. Who knows? But I'm gonna have to dig back into that because
he played.
I don't know.
He played under Andy Reid a season, or a couple seasons maybe. So was he not getting along with Andy Reid? I just don't remember this that much. You got to also remember, like, I'm telling you this like straight up. I don't remember what I had for lunch 3 days ago. So yeah, a lot of this, like, we get so much info thrown at us all the time. A lot of the stuff off the back burner just kind of falls, and I'm like, I don't remember.
70 says, Casey going to sign Carlos Dunlap. I don't know. I don't know if Carlos Dunlap's done or not. I would be Dunlap if I was him because he just won his ring and he's an older guy. I would go out on top. I would pull the Peyton Manning if I was him. But, I mean, I guess it's possible because I do think they're going to go with some kind of a vet defensive end. If you go by the past 4 years, I mean, you have to think that, right?
Yeah. Oh, Hefe said he was talking about Eric Berry. So maybe signing Eric Berry. If that was Eric Berry's last season here, Houston was talking about Eric Berry's getting the getting the contract.
Well, no, I'm trying to think.
Wyatt throws it up. He says Houston got butt sore over the way the Chiefs moved on from Eric Berry. Let's be honest. Eric Berry's a fan favorite and everything, but when he left, I think it was probably the right time if it come to on-field production.
Right. Did Eric Berry even try to play anywhere else, or did he just quit?
I don't think Eric Berry's even officially retired yet, is he?
I think he finally came back and said, did like a little retirement thing. But I mean, Eric Berry was an absolute beast. He's one of my favorites ever. I love the fact that he's terrified of horses. I used to like to watch those videos.
Right.
When they still had, what was the name of why'd you change this around?
I didn't do it. Steve did it in the chat. He said Mike's under the bus. My state map? No. We haven't pulled out the state map in a while. I don't think anybody's from outside of what we already have. It's just a bunch of northeastern people.
We'll do it on our. I think we're going to do a Tuesday night live probably. So we'll do it on there. We'll see what we can get accomplished on the Tuesday night.
I will say though, Saturday nights are better because we actually hit like 130, 140 a few minutes ago. We might have a chance. Yeah.
Tuesday nights are a little slow. What other that's something real quick before we wrap it up for the night. What days do you guys like besides Saturdays? Because I'm not sold on the Tuesday time slot. Cole goes on at 9, I think. On how about those Chiefs 9 Eastern time? And we normally try to do like 7 to 9. But are there other days that you guys would prefer? Let's throw it in the chat.
Yeah, we're down to do Wednesday, Thursday. Probably not another weekend day. That's probably not a no-go. So Friday and Sunday would be out. But, yeah, would be down to do Wednesday, Thursday over Tuesday.
Yeah, one of the weeknights. That would be cool.
Wait, Scott. What's up, Scott? He said it's a parade. Who gives a crap? What are we talking about? Are we talking about Clyde?
He might be. Well, I mean, if he is talking about the Clyde thing, I mean, it is kind of weird, though. Don't you think? I think it's strange.
Right.
I mean,
also Snake says CEH over McKinnon's a bad take. Don't do this. It's not a bad take.
It's not a bad take, Snake. When you Snake. Oh, Snake.
Because we're not saying on this roster at this time.
No. Absolutely not. For the Chiefs right now, I would take Jerick McKinnon over Clyde Edwards-Helaire 10 out of 10 times.
Right.
But if I was starting a franchise or I was another team looking to get a running back that's going to give me the most value over the most amount of years, I'm taking Clyde over McKinnon all day, every day. Jerick McKinnon is 7 years older than Clyde. Jerick McKinnon has had as many or more injuries than Clyde. And the production is pretty much the same. So that's just, it is what it is, man.
Brendan likes Wednesday. We were thinking about Wednesday. We thought Wednesday might be a decent day for it.
Yeah, I think so too.
We might try
Thursday because I don't have to work those nights. Cindy says, "Yeah, I think
maybe
Wednesday would be good because we're not ever moving off the Saturday night tailgate. That's our thing, right? So I think we've definitely locked in with this. It's a big commitment because it's Saturday night, but it is what it is. We're going to do it."
Gary says Wednesday.
Wednesdays.
Why don't we just do Wednesday? Why don't we do Wednesdays? And we'll evaluate it after a few weeks. And if that looks like people want to try Thursday, we'll try Thursday. And then if they all suck, we'll go back to Tuesday. Who knows?
Steve says 7 days a week. Every day. That's great.
Hey, if this becomes the full-time job, we'll go live 7 days a week.
Yeah. Lewis Cutbirth, he likes Wednesday as well. No, for real, man. I swear, if it could be the full-time gig, we would put a lot into this. No kidding. Like me and Mike, we love doing the Chiefs content and covering the Chiefs content. So I mean, if it was a daily, it'd be fun. We could definitely make some things happen.
Hey, Nikki says Clyde was contracted to be at the fashion show. I haven't heard that he was contracted. I mean, possibly. You know, if he signed like a dude. For the
Super Bowl. And you know what? That was probably the best decision by the coaching staff was to not let Clyde dress, and it's because he just came back off that injury. Why mess with what was working? And then, I mean, really, were you going to take a chance on sticking Clyde back out there and maybe messing up the whole, chemistry of everything that's going? But yeah, I mean, I kind of get where you're coming from, Nikki. Like wasn't really part of it, but he was. He's still on the team. He's still. I mean, whether you're hurt or not, or you're playing or not. You still got to be the team player, right? I wonder how do you get contracted to be in a fashion show, especially if you're 5 foot tall?
I don't know. David said any night's better than Monday or Tuesday. Yeah.
Baby Gap had a fashion show. They needed Clyde to show off some of their stuff.
Yeah. They're like, we want you to come in and ride a mini horse, please.
I love that video of Clyde riding the mini horse. It's my favorite.
Deeds. Clyde is trash.
Cool. Tell us how you really feel, Deeds.
Yeah. That's nice to know.
Yeah, I think Wednesday night's looking like that might be what we do. We might do Wednesday night this week, guys. So just be on the lookout for that. We'll post a community post or something and let you guys know. What's going on, JJ? See you up there. Hope you're doing okay. But Jack Green says he don't care if it's live, he's here. And that's true. Jack Green is consistently at all of our live streams, and we appreciate him. Nikki says he's famous, and even short people wear clothes.
He's famous, and short people wear clothes. Yeah, the baby gap. So we hit the nail on the head. Kenneth Caldwell says Wednesday. It's looking like Wednesday might be the day to go, man.
Absolutely.
What the heck?
That's going to be it. What?
I can't.
What?
I just can't do it.
I don't know what you can't do, but I want to know. That makes it more intriguing. All right. Well, you guys got any questions you want us to hit up before we roll out? I think we're going to be here for a few more minutes. We appreciate all you guys being here tonight on our Saturday night tailgate. 105 people still here. If you have not hit that like button yet, please do us a huge favor and hit the like button. If you're new to the channel and you love the Kansas City Chiefs, you like Chiefs content, this is your place. Hit that sub button. Don't be afraid to get in the chat. But yeah, we appreciate all you guys. I mean, it still blows my mind that like Matt Vanway has been around since sub 169. That's insanity.
Crazy. I wonder if anybody I wonder if we can find who our first sub ever was.
It's probably one of us, like on our personal YouTube account.
No.
I don't. Are you sure?
I have one personal YouTube account, and I don't think I did it. I don't think it was first.
Or is there a dad?
That's a possibility. Probably not. He hates us. He ain't watching. This dude's on a boat. He's on a cruise ship somewhere going to Jamaica. What in the world?
That's funny stuff. Well, hope you guys have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday night here. And hope you have a good Sunday as well. We'll have more content coming out for you soon, so be on the lookout for it. Make sure to subscribe. Hit that like button on your way out. If you haven't joined our Discord, find that link. Get over there. We'll talk to you all week long. And we appreciate you guys. Anything you want to say, Mike, before we head on out?
No. I just want the season to hurry up. And stay tuned. Monday, we'll probably have a D-Hop video. For everybody asking for it. You guys have been asking for it all night, so we know D-Hop's probably the talking point here, guys. So.
Hey, look at me.
Hey.
Have a good one.
That was a sight from my soul.